Looks like we're on.
On all three, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to close this out.
Let's see here.
This. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Deplorabus Unum podcast. Those of you who are tuning in, we are a group of individuals who want to give you the truth and nothing but the truth. It's how we do things, and that's how we want to. It's what we stand for. Nick, you can tell from here, describe yourself, and it's there. Everyone, this is new to everybody else, and they don't know us. So let's introduce ourselves a bit.
Yeah, hopefully a bunch of you will come from the other platforms because we're kicked off Facebook right now. So we're going to be broadcasting on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch if you have a game console. But we're going to start off with a music video. Doesn't look like anybody's going to be coming in the first couple of minutes. We've never broadcasted here before, so I was expecting this. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if anybody comes in. If not, we'll let the music end, and then we'll start the news.
I watch how the moon sits in the sky on a dark night, shining with the light from the sun. The sun doesn't give the light to the moon, assuming the moon's gonna bow at one. It makes me think of how you act to me. You do favors there rapidly. You just turn around and start asking me about things that you want back from me. I'm sick of the tension, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed while I find a place to rest. I wanna be in another place. I hate when you say you don't understand. It's not meant to be. Energy. Now when you get it, I'll be a place on my head. Maybe someday I'll be just like you and step on people like you do and run away all the people who thought I knew. I remember back then who you were. You used to be calm, used to be strong, used to be generous, but you should have known that you wear out your welcome, and now you see how quiet it is all alone. I'm so sick of the tension, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed, will I find a place to rest? I'm so sick of the tension, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed, will I find a place to rest? Another place. I hate when you say you don't understand. It's not meant to be. I wanna be in the energy, not with the enemy. I'm just for my head. You try to take the best of me, go away. You try to take the best of me, go away. You try to take the best of me, go away. You try to take the best of me, go away. You try to take the best of me, go away. You try to take the best of me, go away. You try to take the best of me, go away. You try to take the best of me, go away. I wanna be in another place. I hate when you say you don't understand. It's not meant to be. I wanna be in the energy, not with the enemy. I'm just for my head. I am so sick of the tension, sick of the hunger. You acting like I owe you this. Find a place to feed your greed, we'll find a place to rest. I'm so sick of the tension, sick of the hunger. You acting like I owe you this. Find a place to feed your greed, we'll find a place to rest.
Well, that was a little dark for me today.
Huh.
I mean, I just feel some sort of way towards a few different people. I'm sorry.
Huh.
Anyways, welcome to the Deplorabus Unum podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who are just tuning in, we have a bunch of news for you tonight. In the past week has been a lot of news, and believe me, it's something you want to sit down and watch. Nick, if you want to start, I will keep scrolling for you, and we can go from there.
Let's see here. Juanita Broderick. She's one of Bill Clinton's accusers. She said, my dear and closest friend tested positive for COVID-19 almost 10 days ago. She is 78 and in good health and continues to have no symptoms. She is also an RN. Let's see. It's behind the banner, Dom. I can't read it. That one there. There we go. The bias news. Joe Biden's Twitter account got a sizable boost beginning in August from tens of thousands of fake followers purchased on the open market from troll farms in rural India. An investigation has found from Newsweek.
Just
So
bias
they
news.
that's I only found that mentioned once all week, and that right there is exactly what they were trying to hang Trump for. Was troll farms fucking promoting one candidate over the other and saying that it was unfair to do it. So that's what they were ready to fucking smoke Trump over. And we have videos of these guys filling out ballots en masse. We can move on. Go ahead. Go.
Sure.
John Brennan, Obama's former CIA chief, he tweeted, "This is the day that will change history. This is the day when America says no more Donald Trump's lies, hateful speeches, incompetence, and ignorance. This is the day when goodness prevails and recovery starts and hope springs eternal. This is America's day." And in the Matrix, he's one of the few QAnons left. He said, "TikTok traitor, vote Trump." Gulag inmate 4859 says Barack Obama loses his mind, calls Trump a 2-bit dictator.
Wow.
He was at a rally.
If you don't vote for us, you are not American.
Yeah, he went crazy, I guess. And on 661 said if you stood in line for 12 hours to attend a rally, you can stay in the line for 12 hours to vote Trump. They're counting on walkouts. They're counting on people thinking it's not safe to vote. One vote does matter. Your vote matters. Yeah, so do bags and planes of ballots. Yeah, election machines were down on November 3rd in a bunch of counties.
Oh, there's no video?
No, I think it's just it's just CBS's logo there.
Julian Drum.
Yeah, he's everywhere. Yeah, the stock market was going up when Trump was in the lead, and then it bottomed out.
Yeah. So we went into an even worse recession than we were 9 months ago.
Yeah.
How close is that to the Great Depression?
Right. Let's see. Can I read? Oh, it's all fuzzy too. It's crazy. Let's see.
3 days and 3 nights.
Yeah. Yeah. My bad. I was trying to read it, but it's fuzzy on my screen. Treason charges coming down. There we go. Dom actually this week he got texted this picture with a different text underneath it, and the text was promoting violence, trying to show that Trump supporters were gonna hit the streets and start hurting people, but luckily it didn't pick up.
The words were exactly as this: shoot to maim, and then shoot their medics. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, but that sounds pretty fucked up to do, man.
Right? It's pretty twisted. Yeah, so that's all. Can you read all that stuff, Tom? Go to that thing again so I can
Yeah, sure.
go to that one there.
You want to go to the next one or this one?
These ones, all these here too.
Are these all previous Q posts? 2381, 2382?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll see. You can pick all of those and go through them too. Check out the Q map. This is the stuff they've been talking about. So we'll see. Go ahead. You can back out of this now. I'll go to the next one.
Deploy the Anons by Gulag Inmate 4859. Is this guy, is he just like a comedian or?
No, that's Jack Posobiec. He's a journalist. Listen to this, dude. He's a journalist at OAN. Are you still there? Did I lose you? Did you cut off your mic, Dom? Are you still there, bud? I can't hear you. You're frozen. You're not moving. I forgot what I was even talking about now because I can't hear him anymore. You there, Dom? Well, anyway, for the one person watching, myself, Jack Posobiec was, he's a journalist at OAN, and he was actually mentioned as a traitor in the first QAnon book, him and Alex Jones. Oh, we gone black. What is going on? Lost the Dominator. He's gonna cut. Sorry, technical difficulties, guys.
Are you there?
It keeps saying invalid, Dom.
What, the Zoom meeting? Do
Oh,
it again.
maybe
I
it's on
just started up again.
Oh, okay.
We're still on and running. Just start sharing the screen.
Yeah, I gotta find that section to start broadcast. All right. Let me go to my Twitter. Let's see.
Those of you who don't know me, I love eating food out of cans. Not because I know that they're, I'm just getting myself ready for what's coming. So I got to start eating these high carb meals so my body can adapt to it instead of eating fresh foods. Probably got to expel a lot of carbs when I'm out in, field working. Pears have an awesome source of fiber. It's good for you. I could literally eat a whole can of pears.
Let's see, what were we at? We were there. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, like I was saying, Jack Posobiec, he works at OAN, and he was actually, him and Alex Jones were labeled bad guys by the first QAnon book. And like I said, I judge a tree by the fruit it bears. Those guys always gave solid intel. Sure, they disagreed with some people, but that's the way QAnon is. As soon as somebody disagrees, oh, you're a fucking shill, you're a bad guy. And I do it too, But hey, whatever. Anyway, let's see.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, but we live in the state of Massachusetts where cannabis is recreational. So you'll see me smoking off my pipe or etc. Maybe a dab here and there. Nick, he likes edibles, but you never really see him doing anything. I'm pretty excited for Chris to come back.
Oh, the screen's covered. Sorry. Here we go. Let's see here. Julian's Rum said, shine a bright light on every single polling location engaging in fuckery. And we did. We got videos of everything. Don Jr. said, vote like your freedoms depend on it because they do. This election is freedom versus Marxism. Choose wisely, and vote Trump. Now, this guy is a poll watcher, and he showed up and tried.
The door.
Okay. He tried correcting some things, and this dude tried saying he's an election authority, and these guys got these signs right by the door. You're not supposed to have that either. It's supposed to be 150 feet away from the door, so let's watch.
So it can't be next to the entrance that's 10 feet away from where the room where the voting machines are. There's another room.
Who are you, by the way? Who are you? Who are you?
I work for the city commissioner's office.
Yeah, but you have a identification or something?
What do you need? Like a badge or?
Yeah, something. You tell me who you are.
Yeah, I have an ID card. We can talk about it later. But
you have an ID.
The answer to your question is that this sign.
So, I don't know who you are.
So then you're just acting in bad faith.
I don't even know who you are. You can tell me anything. It's right by the door. It's right by the door. It's not by the door. It's not by the door.
What is the upset?
It's not by the door. Oh, is that how you're gonna do it? It's not by the door. The city commissioner is telling me that this sign is not by the door. Okay, I don't know where the door is. Right, Bob? Is that? We have a lot of legal experts out here.
So what was the guy trying to push? It wasn't near the door, close enough to the door.
I think this guy with the camera wants to take it down, and this guy's saying that it's not close to the door. Like he's not saying that it's like he's just lying right to it. You know what I mean?
What is that sign
not
even consist of?
there.
All I see are a bunch of blue names and a red names. Like, what does that mean? I don't know.
You're not supposed to have anything political, like with their names on it by the door like that. Just instructions on how to do it and all that. That was why we had to stay away 150 feet when we were standing outside.
You're gonna do it. It's not by the.
So Your Joe had another brain mishap.
This is my granddaughter, Natalie. This is my son, Bo Biden, who a lot of you helped elect to the Senate in Delaware. This is my granddaughter, Natalie.
Yeah, he meant to say that it was Bo's daughter, but he tripped up on what he was saying.
This is my granddaughter, Finnegan Biden.
Finnegan. That's our president now?
Yeah, allegedly. Here we go. This is I saw voter fraud, or at least irregularities in my polling station, and this is a video of me explaining it.
What's going on, guys? It's Nick Danger with Rockwell.
You turn it up.
Saw something there.
As high as it goes, bud.
Wow, like I don't know what's up with your.
First, I'm going to say, when you cast a ballot and it goes in the machine that looks like a copy in the machine, if you have write-in candidates, your ballot is supposed to be separated and put in a different container. The machine does it, so that later they can hand count your ballot, so they can find out your write-ins. So when I go to cast my ballot, some rent-a-cop security guard has the machine wide open in front of everybody and is just grabbing handfuls, huge handfuls, all disarray, and throwing them in a Tupperware bin. So that already looked weird, so it looked sketchy. So I started asking around town on forums, Facebook and stuff, and one of the ladies who was there, who I saw see it, commented on the Facebook and said that it didn't happen, that I'm a liar, that I didn't see that happen. This happened in Feeding Hills, Massachusetts. They're cheating all over probably, but I saw this with my own eyes. They can't deny it. Feeding Hills, Agawam, Massachusetts. You were doing something weird with those ballots, and then you denied it. Even if he hadn't been pulling them out and putting them away for later, fine, but you denied that even happened. Something is going on. The Federal Election Commission, state election, whoever, Secretary of State of Massachusetts, Governor Baker, somebody needs to step up and handle this. This is wrong.
And the next morning, we were all kicked off of Facebook.
Yep. The next morning, we couldn't get any word across to any three of us unless it was text message. And we still couldn't even fucking surf the internet, guy. Remember? Oh, my God. That was the most painstaking thing ever. And it wasn't like, oh, you're grounded, you can't use the internet. No, it's like, I don't know what's going on right now. I was about to leave work.
That was crazy.
I was about to pack up my family and start fucking going, bro.
That's crazy. Washington Examiner had an article here. California judge rules that Gavin Newsom's executive order requiring mail-in ballots to be sent to every registered voter in the state was unconstitutional and stupid, for God's sake. Fucking.
Oh, dude.
How many people live in California, dude? Fucking 50 million?
Yep.
Gotta be. Fucking nutsack. Eric Carmen said, what fuckery is going on with the vote in Virginia? The numbers say Trump was up 17%, yet they show Biden winning the state. We saw that all night on election night and the day following. Trump stayed stuck at 214 while they kept handing Biden states that he didn't fucking win. James Woods tweeted, how on earth does Fox News call Arizona when almost every county is still in play? And a lot of people noticed that too. Crazy Days and Nights said Maricopa, Arizona County fraud alert. Damn, sorry. This is where it's happening. 2016, Trump had 600,000 votes. Hillary had 550,000. In 2020, Trump has 650,000 votes. Biden has 800,000, 20% still not reported. Largest increase for any candidate in any county in the U.S. by substantial margin. Makes no sense at all. Yeah, just wait. I don't know. It's not that the amount of voters that they're saying there is. We don't have that many adults, dude. You know, And nobody's talking about that. Yeah, there's 300 million of us, but about 100 million of them, almost 100 million of them, are fucking kids. You know? General Flynn tweeted, "Steady digital soldiers, steady. Success breeds success. Mainstream media has done another disservice. So trust your own research and each other. We will achieve another victory for American greatness."
Dude.
Oh, that made me feel better. Trust your own research and each other. So, what were you going to say?
I found a picture on Instagram. It says, "House party tonight in my new crib, DM for Addie," and it's Biden and Obama sitting in the back of the fucking... Oh, you can't even see it from my fucking virtual background. Oh, there you go. Oh, nope. You really can't see it. I would have to send it to you. I'll see you later, bud. I'm sorry. Keep going, man.
No problem. I thought you were trying to pull it up. My bad. Mark Levin said, "Okay, I'll call him right now. President Trump has won Texas, Ohio, North Carolina, Iowa, and Georgia." And Twitter flagged it. Official sources may have not called the race when this was tweeted, but they all said that Biden won today. You know, and that didn't get fucking censored.
What about like the Daily Wire? What do they think? Like,
I haven't even been watching them.
Their reaction.
Okay, see,
must
this is that sign, right? This is that sign. See?
It's in a different place.
Yep, the signs were put up everywhere. Those shouldn't be put up there either.
Sure, I don't care. What makes them happy?
What?
It's not going to cause any problems.
Adrian?
You have everyone to vote, Republican and Democrat. You should change your attitude, too, on how you approach people. Hey, Sean, how are you?
Seems to be pretty
Yeah, I
effective.
got a guy here filming, and he wants the big sign thing down off the wall from the building. It shouldn't be on the building. Yeah, well, we can move it. Not a problem. Right. Not a problem. Thanks. Not a problem.
Joey, Lancelot is
I believe it's 42, I think.
You can't have it that close to the fucking thing. That's it.
I don't understand what 101 means.
I don't know what that means either. But they're not supposed to do it. Trump said he was making a statement that night. Look at this here. I put Trump 2020, and I don't even know what I posted because
it was obviously taken
all
down.
This content this week is disputed. It might be misleading about an election or their civic process. Let's see what it was. Trump said, "We are up big, but they're trying to steal the election. We will never let them do it. Votes cannot be cast after the polls are closed." And Twitter censored that.
Wow. They censored his fucking tweet.
Every one of them. Charlie Kirk said, "Something weird is happening in Georgia. Trump is up 300,000 votes with 83% reporting, yet Democrats seem confident. Why? Poll watchers needed." And dude, they were keeping them out of everywhere. Official Democrat poll watchers are being kicked out of places. Pineapple juice, the perk off.
Seriously, dude, I wish I was a poll watcher for that day.
They tried and they wouldn't. Nobody answered my calls. Nobody called me back. Okay. Murray, I don't know who he is, but so Georgia halts counting ballots in Fulton County until 8 a.m. on 11/4. As it stands, Trump is ahead by 7 points, 300,000 votes. As expected, key states that look to be in Trump's favor will be delayed and they're challenged by the Democrats and officials. It won't work. It's exactly what they did. But dude, they've never in my whole life paused counting ballots till the next morning. And then it's supposed to be till the next morning. Then at 4 and 5 a.m., they're like, "Hey, we found 500,000 votes just for Biden." Yeah. Suck my wang. This pundit said Biden's going to speak, which basically means Team Biden and Team Media, to include Fox News, is going with Operation Red Mirage, which they did. Eric Carmen said Trump is up. This is all election night, mind you. Trump is up 700,000 votes in Pennsylvania. They decided to stop counting votes. This is complete and utter nonsense. The fix is in. We've been saying it. It says turn off Fox News and turn on Newsmax. Crazy Days and Night said, listen carefully. Trump never makes a statement that doesn't come true. He's already won. The media is simply unwilling to admit it. And you said that 3 days ago. The media will not admit it. Dan Bongino said the chaos has begun and the election isn't even over yet. Anti-Trump protesters stops man from waving American flag. It's on Rumble. Let's check it out.
With Visible's all-in phone service, you get unlimited browsing. Is this unlimited browsing concept just a play on my eyebrows?
Yeah.
Come on! I'm a human person with feelings. Visible, $40 a month all-in phone service.
Tell you one time, bro. I'm not here to assault you. I'm not here to hurt you. Because if I wanted to, I could really wipe your face across the ground. Alright? But what I'm telling you is don't come over here with this shit right here, waving something done. No. Just stop telling me to hold on real quick. Okay. Come on, I don't give a fuck. Don't wave this motherfucking flag.
They waiting for you to do that.
Nah, this shit don't know. Hey, shut the fuck up real quick, bro. Hey, look, but what I'm telling you, if you want to do that, if you want to come together and build another nation, shake my hand and put this fucking flag down right now. Put that flag down. My name is Bob. Put that flag down. Put that flag down. Put that flag down. Put it down. Bro, I would drag this flag across your mother's fucking chest.
Hey, don't take his flag. Don't
Take my flag, bro. I'm gonna fucking take your life.
I'd have headbutted his teeth right out.
So what I'm gonna say is keep it at that level. Just shake my hand.
I'll shake your hand.
And don't wave that shit again. No, you're not waving that flag. You're shaking my hand, you bitch ass nigga. So I'm gonna hold this. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. You're not waving this flag though. I'm telling you this. Because I got homies that's in jail, and I got homies that's been affected. Luckily, I'm not in the system. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm telling you, bro, I don't care about none of that. I'm trying to keep it peaceful with you. I'm not trying to get arrested. All I'm telling you though, real quick, is you're not waving this flag. All right? When you see all these dead people right here on this wall, you know what that means right there? And when you see all those dead...
Is that dude fucking drunk or what?
I don't know. He's not making any sense, dude. Like, you're telling me to put down the American flag, the flag that represents truth, freedom, and health, literally.
No.
Okay.
This is what we got the day after the election. Election interference, I said. But yep, we got your account is restricted for 30 days. They hit everyone on our staff. All three. There's only 3 of us, but we had like 9 or 10 accounts total, and they're all closed and locked out conveniently the day after the election. We had an election night video that we posted, and apparently they're not happy with us. So anyway, let's move it on here. Another Trump tweet that is censored. Says somewhere all this content in this tweet is disputed and misleading about an election. Let's see what Trump said. They are working hard to make up 500,000 vote advantage in Pennsylvania disappear. Likewise in Michigan and others. We know that. We've seen it. Both those states have videos of fraud and reports of fraud by the thousands. Caitlin Bennett said, "We stand behind you 100%, Donald Trump. You got through the Kavanaugh hearings and the impeachment scam, and we'll get through the Democrats trying to steal the election. Trump has way more support than ever before, which is why they're scared." Dan Bongino said Trump is ready to go all the way to the Supreme Court if need be. There's a video for it here. Okay.
Trying hard to get a better signal? Enjoy clear cell phone talking with signalbooster.com.
North Carolina, where we're up 1.4%, or 77,000 votes with only approximately 5% left. They can't catch us. We also, if you look and you see Arizona, we have a lot of life in that. And somebody declared that it was a victory for, and maybe it will be. I mean, that's possible. But certainly there were a lot of votes out there that we could get because we're now just coming into what they call Trump territory. I don't know what you call it, but these were friendly Trump voters. And that could be overturned. The gentleman that called it, I watched tonight, he said, well, we think it's fairly unlikely that he could catch. Well, fairly unlikely. And we don't even need it. We don't need that. That was just a state that if we would have gotten it, it would have been nice, Arizona. But there's a possibility, maybe even a good possibility. In fact, since I saw that originally, it's been changed and the numbers have substantially come down just in a small amount of votes. So we want that obviously to stay in play. But most importantly, we're winning Pennsylvania by a tremendous amount of votes. We're up 600. Think of this. We're up 690,000 votes in Pennsylvania. 690,000. These aren't even close. It's not like, oh, it's close. With 64% of the vote in, it's going to be almost impossible to catch. And we're coming into good Pennsylvania areas where they happen to like your president. I mean, so we'll probably expand that. We're winning Michigan, but I'll tell you, I looked at the numbers. I said, whoa. I said, wow, that's a lot. By almost 300,000 votes, and 65% of the vote is in. And we're winning Wisconsin. So we're winning. We don't need all of them. We need, because when you add Texas in, which wasn't added, I spoke with the wonderful governor of Texas just a little while ago, and Greg Abbott, he said, congratulations. He called me to congratulate me on winning Texas. I mean, we won Texas. I don't think they finished quite the tabulation, but there's no way. And it was almost complete, but he congratulated me. Then he said, by the way, what's going on? I've never seen anything like this. Can I tell you what? Nobody has. So we won by 107,000 votes with 81% of the vote. It's Michigan. So when you take those three states in particular, and you take all of the others, I mean, we have so many. We had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight. And then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard
Is that the fan in the background, Dom? Trudeau promises military intervention if Trump refuses to leave office. The global democratic order must be enforced, stated Trudeau at a press conference this afternoon on November 3rd. This is just like South Park the movie, like Canada try and come here. But I'm worried about those Chinese troops that we had on our video, on our podcast last week that were up in Canada, dressed in UN outfits, man. It's no good. John Cardillo said it's statistically impossible to find 130,000 votes and have every single one of them only be for Biden. I agree. That's fucking insane. Let's see, James Wood said, I have a liberal friend who's very bright and funny. I really like him a lot. Naturally, we banter about politics. He texted this today. What's so strange to me is how Trump could win Ohio by that margin and not win Wisconsin and Michigan. There's no logical way to explain it. Let's see, our good buddy Billy Gray, he retweeted someone about Vet Wife 17. She said, make my vote count. We were given Sharpies, not blue or black pens in Arizona. She tweeted it to POTUS, Rudy Giuliani, Tucker Carlson, and Fox News. I used a black marker too. What did you use, Don? Oh, he's not there right now. His chair's empty. I'll ask him after. Let's see, Graham Allen. The media was backing off Nevada. Nevada was solid blue. The more votes that come in, the more red it starts to lean. If Trump takes Nevada, you won't need Michigan or Wisconsin. That was wrong. Rudy Giuliani was on his way to Philadelphia with the legal team. As soon as he showed up, they called it for Trump, and now they're saying no. I don't know what the hell's going on. We'll figure it out, though. I have a press conference of Giuliani's coming up in a little bit. That was from today. Eric Carmen noticed this just like we did on election night. He said, so they're calling states for Biden with 55% of the vote, but they wouldn't call Florida for Trump with 98% of the vote. Yeah, that was fucking horseshit. Crazy Days and Nights said to me, we are all witnessing the death of the beast system. Them, big tech, Associated Press, Reuters, talking points, media, public, repeat. It's a time to pull their plug. Can't stop our satellites. Who controls space? The Space Force does. Candace Owens got censored as well. Let's see what she said. Oh, Eduardo Chavez said the exact same method in Venezuela was used in Venezuela. Overnight false voting, always 100% in favor of the socialist. They censored it. Oh, Dom, what did you use when you voted? Did you use a pen or a marker?
I used a marker.
Mine was a marker too, dude. It wasn't a Sharpie, but it was a fucking black marker.
Yep.
Steven Crowder said, oh, so Twitter is actively censoring tweets questioning results in Michigan. Fuck this. Yeah, I agree. It's very frustrating. Josh Shapiro said, if all the votes are added up in PA, Trump is going to lose. That's why he's working overtime to subtract as many votes as possible from this process. For the record, he's 0-6 against us in court. We protect voting. So Dan Bongino said, don't let him delete this tweet. This is the Attorney General of Pennsylvania, mind you. Here we go. We got some stuff on our Instagram here. Bam. Joe M., one of my favorites. He tweeted, so this is how America's enemies tried to steal the presidency. After watching the states that were steaming towards Trump victory, they turned off counting, delivered the fraudulent Biden ballots, counted, and reported a sudden flip to Biden. Easy to track, easy to litigate, easy to expose. Hoping so. Trump campaign demands recount in Wisconsin. There's going to be a recount in like 16 states. So, this is Trudeau again, promising military intervention. That fucking sleazeball. Let's see. Remember, I've been talking about Cyber Command
Yeah.
And saying that I want Cyber Command to do something about big tech. General Paul Nakasone, who is one of the generals in Cyber Command, tweeted, as votes continue to be counted, the U.S. Cyber Command and NSA Gov teams continue standing to watch, countering foreign adversaries that seek to interfere in our electoral process. So, but we need to worry about domestic, sir.
World, meet destiny. Destiny, meet world.
George Papadopoulos said, we see the fraud going on in Wisconsin. Patience, recount imminent. Dan Bongino said, thinking about donning a dopey hat and running through the street while screaming at the sky like an unhinged sociopath. LOL, JK, I'm not a lib. Kayleigh McEnany, the president's media, whatever, I forgot the name now, I feel like a jerk. She's the head of his media thing anyway, but look at, they censored her. Official sources may have not called the race when this was tweeted. She said victory for President Trump in Pennsylvania when Rudy was down there, and still nothing. And right before Rudy got there, oh, I forgot about that. Before Rudy got there, they said that Trump won, and now they're changing it. But something's going on. Something's going on over there. We got to check them all. Here we go. This was.
Secondly, we're in a situation where we have put together, and you guys did it for our the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Organization in the history of American politics.
Setting up a voter fraud, he says.
I wish I could just burp. You know what I want to do? I don't even want to hurt Joe Biden. I just want to burp in his ear so hard. Like, real fucking hard. Or just fart once, like, right in his face. I think.
Look at this in Detroit, son of a bitch. There we go.
What are they doing?
They're blocking the windows so they can cheat and count votes. They won't let any poll watchers near the windows, nothing. It's so fucking sketchy.
It is.
Kayleigh McEnany. Yeah, Kayleigh McEnany retweeted that. Watch this.
Oh, what was this?
Watch this. This is it right here.
What? They got it on camera. This is not enough evidence. That is concrete evidence on fucking video, buddy.
Yep.
Why aren't we fucking fighting right now, dude? Why isn't the Senate being fucking like outside those doors with militia groups? Sorry.
For real. Imagine for a second, if you will, if 138,000 votes had materialized out of nowhere for Trump without a single one going to Biden, and not a single person on his team can account for where they originated from, what the media coverage and Twitter reaction would be like. That's right. They fucking, I hate this. I'm not even arguing with these motherfuckers no more because they don't care about the double standard. They don't care how unethical they get their shit, but they'll fucking just do it, you know, like, and then they'll call you out on stupid stuff. It's like, are you fucking serious? So anyway, Kirstie Alley, one of my first TV moms, she said, the other thing I missed was they stopped counting. Has this ever happened in the history of our country? There aren't enough American humans to keep counting in shifts in a 24-hour period. I guess they needed to check the mail in ballot stockroom this morning. And yeah, dude, that's what they did. They found out what states they needed them in. So they could only print a certain amount, and that's where they sent them. Fucking jerk offs.
It's fucked.
John Meyer said the reason MSN had not called Michigan, North Carolina, Georgia, and Pennsylvania for Trump, even though the numbers show he's winning, is because if they call it for Trump, he gets the 270. And that was true. They fucking waited and kept building up fraud in those states. They needed a day to do it.
Yep.
Same tweet there.
You know what, dude? I prefer doing the podcast, and we'll call it the bunker.
Yeah.
I way better. Like, I feel like I can yell better. I can be more outspoken. I don't gotta look outside my windows when people are fucking looking at me. Like, I can feel more content by myself in here.
Nice. Let's see. Here we go. President Trump was winning last night until the dollar dropped in China. At that point, the counting for the election stopped. We have to ask ourselves who really controls Biden, the Democrats, big tech, and the media. We fucking know who. Crazy Days Night said forensic marking, watermarks, tracking, proof. George Papadopoulos said, if you think a magic cache of 100,000 plus ballots that were found overnight and went 100% for Biden in Michigan, I have a bridge to sell you in the Sahara. Charlie Kirk said, flying to Arizona now. Trump can win. The votes are there. Watch. Alex Jones also went to Arizona. Rep Jim Jordan said, in Pennsylvania, protect the integrity of our election. It's that same thing here. Dan Bongino said nothing shady about this. It's them covering up those windows again. This is at Detroit's absent bounty counter center.
Can you send something to Dan Bongino?
Do all the time. He doesn't answer. Look at these here. These vertical jumps are crazy. That went straight up. That's fucking nuts. Fuck you. I'll never believe you.
It went up within a what was it? A 5-minute span.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's nuts. Oh, that's it.
Oh, I think Chris is back. What's going on? I'm glad you guys made it. Let's Nick, I'm gonna excuse myself and I'm gonna go out into the outside the bunker.
Candace Owens said they are censoring true information and legitimate concern. I have never seen anything like this. Hard to believe this is America. Ben Shapiro said, how in the world is Twitter censoring Matt Walsh's tweet here? To say that we ought to be concerned about a 100% blue vote drop over 100K votes is perfectly obvious. I agree. We need to raise more issues about these. James Wood said, this is now the Alamo. We're fighting a last-ditch stand against a very real possibility of vote malfeasance. It will be contested in the Supreme Court, and the cards will finally fall where they may. Fucking hope so. James Woods said, I have had a request for any photographic video or otherwise documented evidence of election malfeasance, particularly in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, or Michigan. Please respond if you have any such evidence. No American should accept an election result based on fraud or chicanery. Yeah, I reported to my proper election people, and I never got a call back, nothing. David Harris Jr. said, retweet if you did not want a Joe Biden presidency. Obviously, that didn't matter. Now would be a fun time to unleash Hillary's emails to Julian's realm. I don't think we can wrap our minds around that right now. need some fucking. We do. We need the dirt on everybody released. We need like Ghislaine Maxwell to start snitching. Kaya Jones said, "How many of you are willing to stand in line to vote again?" I am. I totally am too. David Harris Jr. said, "Retweet if you believe Joe Biden will sell us out to China." So I retweeted. There's reason enough to go to Matt Walsh from Daily Wire said there's reason enough to go to court. No honest person can look at this and say it's normal and unconcerning. And Twitter censored it 3 times. Three censorships on one fucking tweet. That's crazy. Buffy the Vampire Slayer said the swamp is so deep it goes all the way to hell. Anyone who calls this election with 600,000 plus votes left to be counted in Arizona is acting in bad faith and should not be taken seriously. This race is very much alive. Yeah, they were trying to call it the first night, and that was a little frustrating. The persistent said, just got back from D.C. from Pennsylvania. I had to turn in my rental car, got a phone call. I had it back to make sure Democrats don't steal the election. I'm on my way to Harrisburg. Can't do this alone. I'll need help. It's crazy. It's just out. Here we go. Watch this.
We able to get that 50% plus one threshold that Georgia requires in order to win the election outright. We also knew that Democrats had coalesced around Raphael Warnock, but we did not know what the second candidate would be because the Republican candidate
throwing him in the trash.
In fact, there was a bitter fight going on between Kelly Loeffler and Doug Collins. Kelly was able to get that 50%.
Tom Fitton from Judicial Watch said it is not normal for multiple states or even one state to be counting presidential votes for days after Election Day. This is without precedent in modern American history, and it raises significant statutory and constitutional concerns. Crazy Days Night said, what if the mail-in ballot printing receipts were on Hunter's laptop and were sold to the Chinese in 2018, right next to the email about how COVID would be released at just the right time? Wishful thinking, perhaps. Fucking wish. Ian Miles Chong, Twitter has banned an account that has been documenting illegal irregularities. What's going on? We got suspended as well after our election thing covered election fraud that we saw. Rob Schmidt said, if Biden takes this, the media and big tech just decided an election. Let the weight of that statement hit you like a freight train because it's 100% true. Same one that was on Insta, but it was his Twitter. Kaya Jones, Trump's pathway to victory straight from the campaign. That didn't help us. Here we go. Watch this.
You're not letting me in? Well, what? No. That's why I tell you, call the police. Do it. If you legal, call the cops. I have a citywide watcher certificate.
It's not for this location.
It's not. It is not. This is the city of Philadelphia. This is the city of Philadelphia. This is the city of Philadelphia. You wanted to talk outside. Let's talk. I have a watcher. I asked you to read the line. The line said it's good in every ward and division in the city. You're not letting me in? Well, what? No. That's why I tell you, call the police. Do it. If you legal, call the cops.
The city guy.
I have a citywide watcher certificate.
It's not for this location.
It's not. It is not. This is the city of Philadelphia. This is the city of Philadelphia. This is the city of Philadelphia. You wanted to talk. You wanted to talk outside. Let's talk. I have a watcher. I asked you to read the line. The line said it's good in every ward and division in the city. You're not.
Yeah, so I tried being a poll watcher, never got a call back. Tommy Robinson. Oh, this is the, yeah, here we go. This is another place poll watchers were locked out. Scum. Goddamn scum. That was our test restream the other day. Doc Q said, did the ballots really have watermarks on them? Will there be a recount to ensure all the votes were made using the watermark ballots? All sorts of chatter. Our buddy Dr. Gray said, California has 40 million people, 22 million are registered voters, 12 million people voted. Things that make you go, Here we go. This happened today after the election, about 3 hours ago. That's fucking more ballots just coming in bags.
State. Are you guys collecting ballots? I thought they collected them all. I just want to document. How much? Wait, but how come they already called the state?
Because these are mail-in ballots.
Are there a ton in there?
Yeah.
All right. Are you collecting from a lot of places? Yeah. All right. I'll just document. Thank you, guys. Are you guys official election guys?
He started mumbling and trailing off there.
Where do you guys take them? Is that in the government building? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there a lot more in there?
6 feet, please.
Okay. Thank you, guys. I just want to see because they called our state so quickly. I know. I am.
You don't have a mask either.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
They're loading these things after the state was called. Just dropping them off. Here we go. Project Veritas has been contacted by a special agent within the office of the Inspector General for the United States Post Office, who is aware of our video. These allegations of wrongdoing fall under their jurisdiction. They are assessing whether an investigation is appropriate. So, Michigan Post Office whistleblower had some disturbing shit. Here, check this out.
Tell us where you work.
I work in the Traverse City Post Office, more specifically, Barlow Branch.
Your boss told you and your colleagues something that shocked you this morning. What was it?
We were issued a directive this morning to collect any ballots we find in mailboxes, collection boxes, just outgoing mail in general, separate them at the end of the day so that they could hand stamp them with the previous day's date. Today is November 4th, for clarification.
Who is your boss? What is his title?
Jonathan would be a direct supervisor, yes. As of right now, he is the opening supervisor for the Barlow Branch Post Office. So and this is anecdotal, carried it down in another office, said they watched the postmaster doing it. If it were just a typical day, it would be clerks up at the distribution center.
So 8 p.m. election day, November 3rd. The Court of Appeals ruled ballots have to be received by that time. And what were you told?
To separate them today so they could mark them with yesterday's date and send them through the express system to wherever they need to go.
This appears to be an attempt to circumvent Michigan law and allow late votes. And you said there was a hamper where letter carriers were supposed to leave their ballots. Where are the ballots now?
They were putting them into express bags to go to the distribution center. In regards to a hamper, there was a standard hamper that all letter mail is supposed to go to, and they had a tub next to it that we were supposed to put any ballots collected today into. Yes.
What made you come forward?
That's sketchy. I don't like sketchy. It screams corruption. Also knowing the post office's leanings politically, it didn't seem quite right.
What is your message to other postal workers who see things like this?
Report it. How are we supposed to have any integrity in this country if we are just going to let things slide based on a scaling issue?
Are you afraid of retaliation against you?
I've had whistleblower policies backfire on me in the past, so yes.
We'll have to reach out to Jonathan Clark for comment.
Hey, is this Jonathan?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a reporter with Project Veritas and James O'Keefe here, and I have information that you guys have been stamping ballots with the previous date, November 3rd. He just hung up. He just hung up the phone on me.
Trump, Biden at a rally, and these guys noticed, what are the odds that every vehicle would be a late model Jeep? So let's check it out. It's sponsored by GM, you know? Look at this shit. Bullshit. This is all a setup. Matt Couch, USPS whistleblower. Oh no, I think it's the same one here in Michigan. Yeah, same one we watched before. James O'Keefe exposed it. Project Veritas is fucking awesome. Got some Parler here. Detroit voter roll. 4,800 duplicate registrations. 35,000 more registered voters and eligible voters. 2,500 dead people registered. One voter born in 1823. That was all reported by Fox Detroit. Look at this shit here. What's this?
I wonder what's going on here. This dude has a fit about something. And then flips off a ballot and then crumples it up. That's not voter fraud. I don't know what is.
Video here is the man set fire to 80 Trump ballots. Okay. There it is. Guess we can't watch it. Next, Terry McNeely. Counting votes is not cheating by adding 138,000 at 4 a.m. after counting is stopped for the night. Definitely is cheating. Ballot marking has been planned since 2018. Department of Homeland Security calls on officials in all 50 states to have verifiable ballots in the 2020 election that are able to be audited. So let's see here. This is from The Hill, and they posted this in August of 2018. So somebody tried coming and tried debunking it and saying the DHS doesn't do anything with voting or anything like that. And here we go. The Department of Homeland Security proposed it years ago. So I love how people try kicking us while we're down. Amy said, hearing rumors that some of those late night ballot deliveries may have been a trap set by the feds. Dear Lord, let this be true. Me too. Joe Biden breaks Obama's record for most votes ever cast for a U.S. presidential candidate, says CBS. Bullshit. Let's recount properly and see. Breitbart said, if Republicans don't stop big tech, they will be destroyed by big tech. And yeah, they're kind of kicking their own asses, but I don't see them getting in trouble for any of this, which is ridiculous. I really, a couple months ago, like 6 months and a year ago, I really thought that maybe one day big tech would get in trouble, but it doesn't look it. They let Facebook completely deplatform us and have done nothing. So yeah, it's a little frustrating. Let's see. Paul Joseph Watson said a large group of President Trump supporters have gathered to protest the Maricopa County Elections Department office, where some 600,000 votes are still to be counted, with the media painting them as a violent mob. Yeah, they just wanted to see what was going on in the Arizona counting station. They said that the people were violent. I'd probably be violent too, so fuck y'all. Cat Turd overnight said, did they magically find another 800 quadrillion votes for Biden and 0 for Trump again last night while I was sleeping? Thought that was pretty funny. Let's see. Yep, same one, Cat Turd again. Trump won the election and the illegal ballots were counted. I agree. Let's see here. Oh, watch this shit. This bitch thought she was slick.
Fuck you! Fuck you, fascist! Fuck you, fascist!
You're all fucking pieces of shit.
Got her so good. Deserve that shit. Let's see here. Same one. Ryan Medic said Trump is going to be reelected for 3 reasons. 1, the Democrats cheated. 2, Trump's attorneys can prove it. 3, we have justices on the Supreme Court who will rule fairly as these cases are litigated. God, I fucking hope so. Trump was demanding to stop the count when all the illegal ballots were coming in. Ice Cube tweeted, let me get this straight. I get the president of the United States to put over $500 billion capital into the black community without an endorsement, and motherfuckers are mad at me. He laughed. He said, had laughing cry emojis. And said, have a nice life. I forgot what this was about. I didn't get to talk to Billy about it. I retweeted it. I wanted to ask him. Oh, here we go. Ballot tint and watermark assignment. Here we go. Secretary of State of California. Watermark for November 3rd is the California poppy. Tint for the background and watermark is red PMS 192. Watermark tint must appear on the ballot itself, not only on the stub. Please note that for color-on-color combinations, the tint value for background should produce a white tint. The watermark should be clearly visible and distinct. Also, they changed the day of. Oh, that was in August. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. See if that worked or not. Gave him enough time to fucking get it done, for Christ's sake. Okay, let me back up. Brian Adams. Remember how we used to get cake after someone had blown on it? Wild times. I think that's how we kept our immune systems good. Eating cake that people would just spit on after they made a wish. This is Ice Cube again. It's Praying Medic again. Graham Allen said Biden is picking up huge numbers and population is located 6 feet under. Yeah, a lot of dead people in these ballots here. For a long time, it has been quietly rumored by anons that over half of those 185,000 sealed indictments are related to election fraud. Time will tell. It doesn't make sense because the crime hadn't been committed yet. You know, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. See, Goofsmacker said that's it, seals the deal. I've been a citizen, U.S. citizen for 69 years, and all the time being one, I've never seen an election this rigged. I've had enough of it until they fix this country. I'll be packing my bags to Alaska where they actually know how to run a country. Bye. Said to Alaska. Jesus Christ. In 2016, the left wouldn't shut the fuck up about election fraud. Now in 2012 or 2020, the left is just quiet. Crickets. And Vandersteel said, sources are telling me this will be all over and we'll win tomorrow. Your sources were wrong, bro. Eric Trump was censored, and it says some of the content shared in the tweet is disputed.
On here, Steve has a fit about something. And then flips off a ballot and then crumples it up.
I censored that. John Solomon at Just the News. Twitter continues to censor President Trump's tweets on ballot counting.
I want to thank the American people for their tremendous support. Millions and millions of people voted for us tonight. And a very sad group of people is trying to disenfranchise that group of people. And we won't stand for it. We will not stand for it.
Same thing. Let's see here. President Trump won Florida, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, North Carolina, Arizona, and Wisconsin in 2016. He was running against HRC. Received much more support from Black and Hispanic voters this time. And we saw all the rallies. Biden said no fracking. Do you think he lost votes in Pennsylvania and Michigan in 2020? Nope. George Papadopoulos said Biden cannot be comfortable with the fantasy that he has more votes than any candidate in American history. Even when Trump wins with all the fraud going on, there should still be a thorough investigation into the scheme to undo our democratic process. Heads will roll. Julian Drum said, I will be Q's Twitter bulldog until the bitter end. I gotta see somebody get fucking arrested. It's crazy. Mark Dice said, how can so many dead people vote for Biden? Yeah, I actually just sent my dad a thing and had him check to see if my grandparents voted in this election. Gulag inmate 4859 said, doors padlocked in Detroit, observers barred in Philly, observers barred in Las Vegas. This is what democracy looks like. Yeah, it's pretty sickening. Let's see here. This person voted and was born in 1900. They're 120 years old. Watch this. Pretty fucking crazy. Let's see. Trump doesn't just, this is Joe M. Trump doesn't just say things. We caught them. All you need to do is stay encouraged, demand justice, and watch these dramatic and unprecedented times play out. This is what the Revolutionary War 2 feels like. We got this. Hope so. Whistleblower in Michigan claims Postal Service staff backdate late ballots. We saw that earlier. Project Veritas. Real Johnny Bravo said, this is statistically impossible. So you can see at the top of the curve, there's a vertical line where suddenly Biden jumps up thousands of votes. Shows exactly where and when the Biden votes were illegally and artificially injected. Yeah, you can see that shit. That one straight up within a couple of minutes. Well, then, yeah, fuck that. They counted that many in an hour. You fucking liars. Zero hedge, futures soar, dollar plunges with gridlock now seen as bullish. They said the market likes the fact that we have a gridlock. We are not likely to see big tax increases, not a lot of regulation. I don't know what any of that means. I was hoping somebody would be in the audience to explain this, but we ain't got an audience this round. See, Julian Drum said only one side is afraid of voting transparency. Jim Jordan said, well, why is it always Democrat-run cities and swing states that experience voting issues, election integrity? Charlie Kirk tweeted, why would Pennsylvania Democrats sue to stop GOP poll observers from monitoring the ballot counting in Philadelphia if they had nothing to hide? It's a good question there. Trump said, I agree. We saw they're blocking windows and stuff. We know that they fucking cheated. Now we just got to prove it and stay strong. The House Judiciary GOP said that it's always shady in Philadelphia. It's true. This is a statement from Trump. If you count the legal votes, I easily win the election. If you count the illegal and late votes, they can steal the election from us. In Oregon, it's now legal to shoot heroin, smoke meth, sniff coke. Massachusetts, they banned vaping and flavored cigarettes and enacted a curfew and mandatory masks outdoors. What the fuck? Joe Biden said, let me be clear, I campaigned as a proud Democrat, but I will govern as an American president. Meanwhile, AOC and everyone are making lists of Trump supporters already. He hasn't announced that at all. So the dead voters who mustered up enough life to vote for Biden just couldn't find the strength to vote for Congress seats too. Democrats are so freaking stupid. Graham Allen said, when they said Biden rallies were dead, I didn't realize he was actually campaigning for dead people's votes.
It's fucked, man.
Julian's run. The media stopped covering COVID to cover the issue COVID is meant to create.
Try one of these keys.
What's up, Nick?
So Chris is here with me. He's going to finish the show with me tonight at my house.
Nice.
Guess what? Dead people got caught voting, according to the New York Post. The election records even show it. Turns out there was a guy that was over 100 years old who died in 2012, ended up voting. I wonder who he voted for. If you want to read more, go to my website, americanow.com, link in the bio.
That guy speaks really quick.
Yeah, it's little TikToks for sure.
Sorry, I got bolt cutters.
I don't care if you crush it.
Okay. Because we need to get into that fairly soon. I need to take a dab.
The
Don, did you see this?
thing is up there.
Oh, see. Oh, what?
That one where those.
Trump at White House, like.
I'm not fucking leaving.
Yeah.
The show goes on.
That's fucking awesome.
This is my home. They're gonna need a fucking wrecking ball to take me out of here.
Dan Bongino said, awfully odd that some of the people on the GOP side who just rode Trump's coattails to an enormous GOP down ballot upset seem pretty quiet about the bullshit going on right now. Speak up, we're all listening. Yeah, we're seeing who was in on this and who wasn't. Let's see here, Eric Carmen. A lot of people who voted the straight Republican ticket. That is why the Senate and House races look the way they do. There was no way people voted for Republican for the Senate and House and Biden for the president. Duh. And, it's possible, but in the numbers that we had turn out, I don't know. Let's see here. Caitlin Bennett said, if you won't defend real Donald Trump when he needs it most right now, and get the hell out of our party and go join the losers and pedophiles in the DNC. Maybe we just start another party and we don't exclude anyone from debates. Nikki Haley said, we all owe Donald Trump for his leadership and the conservative victories for Senate, House, and state legislators. And the American people deserve transparency and fairness. As the votes are counted, the law must be followed. We have to keep the faith and the truth will prevail. Dan Bongino said, it's time for the biggest political rally in modern American history. No surrender. Count every legal vote. Let's see here. Bryson Gray, after this craziness ends and Trump has another 4 years, we really need to think about starting another party. The GOP isn't fighting for Trump. Bryson Gray said he's going to be starting running for office. Like, I don't know what, but I'll run. Like, all right, man, don't say it like that. Alpha Omega Energy said Pelosi owns the software that used to collect and distribute the election voting tallies. Can have a backdoor put in any time they want. Controls the company, the majority owner. She controls the voting. Wow. It's pretty fucked up. They own Zoom too, these fucking rich bastards. Let's see. I don't know what this is. This tweet is suspended.
Nikki, you're missing out, guy.
What?
Getting some rosin.
Oh, nice. All of the recent Biden claim states will be legally challenged by us for voter fraud and state election fraud. Plenty of proof. Just check out the media. We will win. America first. We'll see. We'll see. There we go. Here's another guy.
Chris might die in a minute.
His face melted off.
Oh, dude, the team got me a new tackle box, hey.
Spectre Inc. is ethanol-based nature can be seen with night vision. Enjoy the show that's coming. Let's see what else we got here. Instagram. Had Chad Prather, he was on Alex Jones this week, said, I put Ukrainian coins in the Nevada slot machine and 10,000 Biden ballots came out.
Holy shit. You know, no, real quick. Oh, shit. Why am I admitting another person in here?
That's that was just my thing. I was just messing around to see if it would work. That's my other account, my Nigel one.
Oh, okay. Well, it works.
Funny.
You should turn down the volume on the Nigel one, and then you can see
I
your face.
Yeah, the volume is down.
Yeah, so we can see your face on it. We won't even hear you echo.
Can you hear the echo now?
No, there is no echo.
Oh, that's dope. I got the volume down, so that's cool. It says connecting to audio.
Yeah, it's still connecting.
Oh.
I do want to try to get you more FaceTime on this.
Secondly, we're in a situation where we have put together,
the,
and you guys did it for our administration, the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
He's moving his hands like Trump did. Fact check.
I don't know if the same one. PC voters receiving ballots for ex-residents, with some receiving up to 5 multiple ballots. Shit is everywhere. Look at this, dude. The night of the what do you call it? Let's see here. The night of the election, in a stunning turn of events, the Department of Homeland Security announced that there was a federal government sting plan and executed for this election. It was established that it was intentional to determine the margin of fraud in the election system, with confusion in the election results, as is the amount of fraud identifiers found in this thing is staggering. More than 14 million ballots have been reviewed nationwide for the DHS. New election countermeasure as 7:18 p.m. estimated 80% of the ballots have failed ballot integrity checks under this measure. A debrief of the election countermeasure from the DHS can be found below. But this started spiking.
Have you been able to find
news.
anything to corroborate that? Because I haven't yet.
Well, the next morning we were kicked off. Right? This was no wait. This would have been Thursday. Fuck. That's why I thought that it would know. So.
Well, just the.
But
there's no central printing place for ballots. You know what I mean?
No, that's the thing. And you missed them already, but there were letters and they sent them out telling, like, California used the California poppy, and they told them the specific ink color and all that stuff they're supposed to use.
But have you been able to find
that's what's supposed to verify them.
Have you been able to find the press release from the DHS?
No, I haven't. I forgot about it because this was right around when we lost the Facebook. It was a day later, and I was trying to get everything situated. So I know there's a bunch of stuff that was still in our messenger on the Facebook that I didn't even get to talk about tonight. And that was one of them, because I found a few more. This is the second or third piece of this story that I have, and I know I had more. But because somebody tried saying that, and I even had the head of the Homeland Security 2 years ago was talking about the specific colors and the watermarks and all that, and trying to get it put into play. And then everybody was saying that never happened, and the fact checks were like, no, it's not true. And it's like, no, she did say it. And they did say that they were initiating it, but who knows? But no, I couldn't find it. Ma mon frere. I gave that a headline. I said, after Notorious B.I.G. voted for Joe Biden, he sent the Trump campaign an injunction demanding to not play his song. Let's see here. AG Barr issued a directive to all U.S. attorneys to use armed federal agents to enforce count orders and investigate voter fraud at ballot counting centers. Armed agents has never been used before. And this is from Washington Times. I didn't see any armed agents, but my thing is that why they're like covering up the windows at these ballot things? Like these other people that are coming in, they're like fucking like just act cool.
Well, then they don't want people
just do what we say.
Eyeballing everybody while they're standing in there.
Yeah, but if you volunteer for that stuff, there's gonna be people that want to watch. You know?
Yeah, but a lot of them aren't volunteers.
How many? They get paid for that shit?
No. I mean, like official volunteers.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. But if you're not up for that stuff, you're going to be in a crappy mood. Don't do it. You know. But if I wanted to go do it,
of the privacy of the voter themselves too, though. Not just what the election workers are doing. You're ogling a bunch of citizens that are coming in there to cast their votes.
Yeah, I got that. But like we've seen people sitting at tables and just filling out ballot after ballot, these fuckers, you know. And the way that they do it when you go there, they literally just cross your name off. They don't even ask your name, just your address. Then they'll ask your name, like, are you so and so from that address? And then they just mark you, and it's on a piece of paper. And then they take a ballot and you throw it in the machine and hope that it goes through, you know. So say they still had like half of the names on that ballot. So at the end of the night, they just throwing them all in after they mark them all as something else. You know what I mean?
You know, there's a way that you can track your ballot. I don't know if this is new just to this election or if it's just something recently that they do.
Mine didn't have. Oh, maybe there's a number
But
on that specific.
You can check
I
your
took a picture of
personal.
it.
You can check to see if your personal vote was tabulated, if it was counted, voted, or if it was counted, discarded, rejected for any reason.
Well, that's the thing is
Any
that my
person
name
can go
wasn't
in
even
and
on
check
it. How
their
do you do
thing.
that? Did you hear me?
No.
I said my name wasn't on it. How do they know where my vote went? You know?
Because everything is tabulated after the fact. So, like, once your vote has been cast and it's been accepted by the election commission, there's a record of you, who you are, and whether or not you voted.
Yeah, but how do they know that, though? Like, the actual ballot had nothing that identified me on it. Nothing.
Yes, but you checked in and you voted with your name.
Yeah, but 30,000 other people did too.
Yeah, and there's a way that you can check now.
That doesn't even make sense. How do they know who voted for who?
Look it up. I don't think you can go in. I don't think it's about going in and getting people's the choice that they put on their election ballot.
Yeah,
just whether or not your ballot was accepted.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
See that the only thing that I would think would make sense is if they had
people are worried that their
70%
votes
came
are
in.
not going in, there's a way to find out whether or not your ballot was accepted.
Yeah, but even there's physically no way that they could know my ballot. There's no way. There's nothing on except that I wrote my name on it, but that machine can't read that. You know what I'm saying? Like they may be able to guess and say like, hey, we had this many people we had 70% voters show up and your name was marked off on a thing. So your vote was counted. Maybe they say that, but they can lie about that. Like I'm talking like I can't punch my name in something unless honestly the early voting you can type your name and stuff and see if that person voted. And I even sent the link to my dad because people were putting in their grandparents' names and seeing that their grandparents voted, even though their grandparents have been dead. So I sent the things to my dad to see if my grandparents voted. But I see what you're saying. I think that we need a better system for it. And with all the technology we have, it's kind of bullshit. Like I'm literally sitting here and Dom sent me a invite and my iPad opened it up for me just by checking my face. And it was like, yes, you're allowed to open this because you're my master, So we need a voting system like that because my iPad is smart enough to identify me,
We do enough, we do enough secure stuff online that we all reliably accept as safe. I don't see why putting a vote, the ability to cast a single vote is somehow more complex than running fucking Social Security or protecting your banking account information,
For real, dude. American Idol has a better voting system than the U.S. elections.
Right.
Call in now if you want Chris Daughtry.
Yeah, for real, dude. Yeah, so this lady here on Twitter, her name, she changed her name to the answer to 1984, 1776. I thought that was pretty awesome. But she said, I just read a 270-year-old man voted for Biden in Michigan, as well as 4 120-year-olds, a 119-year-old, and a 118-year-old. Wow, what's in the water there? I haven't seen any actual screenshots of people that old, but I've seen ones of people like 109, things like that. And then I've seen a lot of dead people, like ones like people been dead for like 35 years. Did you see Joe Frazier voted, Chris? He died in 2011.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Well, look, if they can figure out that Joe Frazier voted, how could we not figure out whether or not we personally voted?
Because the ones that have names on them are like early ballots and absentee ballots that you have to verify, Whereas maybe your ballot has on it, but mine's, dude,
when I went there, my ballot, it came from a stack that they give to everybody. You know what I mean? And the only thing that had my name on it was I wrote myself in as counselor for something, you know?
So, I hope you get it.
Because I know, it'd be awesome if they contacted me. They're like, you're Secretary of Interior now. Let's see what Michael Flynn's lawyer had to say about the election here.
This lady looks like a Satanist.
She does.
Look at how fast she's blinking.
That's fucking Morse code, man. Q has to know.
Yeah. She's like, they see it all. No, I can't even hear her. Sorry, guys. Millie Weaver.
She's going to war with Q.
Yep.
No, she's Michael Flynn's lawyer. She ain't going to war with Q.
No.
Michael Flynn's
anonymous.
Oh yeah, I did see that. And you know, I got some questions for Anonymous. Like, bro, you've never called out Hillary Clinton ever. So what are you doing trying to come in with some moral compass? Not once did Anonymous attack her during the 2016 election, and then I think that they've only popped out like 3 times since then. You know. So anyway, Millie Weaver, Alex Jones actually fired her, which was kind of cool. Well, he didn't fire her; he stopped funding her. Twitter still continues to censor and undermine the public's trust in the president of the United States. Yeah, they keep censoring. We've been playing a game, Chris. Every one of Trump's tweets is literally censored, so we have to like guess what it might be, and then we've been pressing view, and we haven't guessed it yet. USA Today, the Pennsylvania Secretary of State Kathy Boockvar isn't expecting late mail-in ballots to make a difference in the presidential election. And then at 8 o'clock this morning, they're like, Joe Biden wins Pennsylvania. And then 11 o'clock, they're like, Joe Biden is projected to be the president. And then they said the projected once, and then they're like, Joe Biden's the president. This is Kamala Harris calling Joe Biden to tell him they won. So let's see what happens. Not the same one, my bad. Let's see here. Crazy Days and Nights said, let me get this straight. 1, Trump up 80% with blacks in red states, but 0 in blue states. Trump up 40% with Latinos in red states, but 0 in blue states. Trump up 55% with Jews in red states, but 0 in blue states. And Biden is somehow the most popular candidate ever. I mean, it's possible. I really, honestly, the only people that I really saw start going to Trump were more people. I saw 90% of people who weren't even political side with Trump. But anybody who was on Hillary's side last time, 90% of them stayed on Biden's side. You know, they stayed on the DNC. Like, there wasn't very many anti-Trumpers that we got over, you know. Not that I saw anyway. Let's see. Anon 661 said Trump dropped 6,000 votes in Georgia while he was talking. Went from 9,000 to 3,000 in 15 minutes. It's pretty impressive. Those guys count fast. Same one. CJ Pearson said, I refuse to share a political party with cowards. Either stand up for this president and fight or get the hell out. The House Judiciary GOP said, where is Chris Wray? Matt Gaetz, is Fox News still seeing the desert mirage of a Biden victory in Arizona? I guess they were. Here we go. Post office in suburban Philadelphia was still taking ballots 2 nights ago.
Why would any ballots? Is USPS still taking ballots?
Yeah, believe it or not, yeah.
Why are they still taking?
Who knows?
Okay.
It's going to be a big lawsuit. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I got you. All right, sir. Well, you have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, you too. Yep.
Big lawsuit. At least they knew it. It's like, yeah, we're going to get sued for this, especially when you release this fucking video, you jack off. Mike Cerno, I think that's Cernovich. Congratulations to Joe Biden for receiving more votes than Obama did in his 2008 landslide win. All done without hardly any yard signs, tiny rallies. That's huge. Eric Trump said, replied to that and said, people know exactly what's going on.
Julian's Realm then said, cowards showing their true colors everywhere today in pro-mega media. This falls on us now. Yeah, now a lot of people are calling this election fraud. Like a tweet was wiped. Mike Pence said, I stand with real Donald Trump. We must recount every legal vote. Fuck yeah.
Integrity.
Here. There we go. We got even more. These people are just filling out ballots. This fucking blows my mind. That shit reminded me of Scarface, that angle and everything. Like, that's like in the wall. It's like, I'm changing dollar bills, man. This is fucking Epic Times cover. Hunter Biden text reveal close link to Chinese communist-tied billionaire. That's the one that that he was talking about that was missing. He's like, the richest man in the world, my partner, is missing. Last time I saw him was at his $58 million apartment. Chris, here we go. Check this shit out. Vladimir Putin set to resign as Russian president early next year amid fears he has Parkinson's.
Yeah, right.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, you know what he's doing? He's trading into another body, and then that guy's going to be the president. It's like, this is Victor Putin, and it's going to look almost just like him.
It's going to look like Dolph Lundgren in Rocky IV.
Dude, he's going to be the same. He's going to be the same, but younger in Dolph Lundgren's body.
I got a good meme right here. It says, is Google a boy or a girl? Obviously a girl, because it won't let you finish your sentence without suggesting other ideas.
That's pretty funny.
It's Zach Galifianakis and what's it called? A Dinner for Schmucks. It's the look.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Lindsey. Lindsey Graham just donated $500K to President Trump's legal fund. He made the announcement on Hannity's show. Lindsey Graham needed to do more and donate $500,000. Needed to fucking grow a pair of balls. Kosovo's president resigns to face charges of war crimes and crimes against humanity at a special international court at The Hague. Yeah, it's weird. And then Putin resigned the same day. So sketchy. Dude, you know who the president of Kosovo looks like, dude? He looks like Ted from Breaking Bad. When fucking Skyler fixed his taxes and fixed his company, and then he fucking goes and buys a Mercedes.
Asshole.
Dude, looks like Ted. Praying Medic said Facebook and Twitter preemptively warned that they would censor posts about election misinformation. It's clear now it wasn't about pre-election. They knew the steal was on and needed to hide posts about cheating after the election. They struck pretty good. They fucking cut our legs right off, fucking Lieutenant Dan style. Anonymous Patriot said, we have information coming and litigation coming that will shake people up. Yeah, fucking tired of hearing that. Here we go, Chris. Okay, we got 2 censored Trump tweets. What do you think these are about? What do you think he's going to say in them?
Shit.
It's going to be about the election. We know that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think this one's going to be about lawsuits. Oh, here we go. It's a video. Oh, and if they don't want us to have observers.
Detroit and Philadelphia, known as 2 of the most corrupt political places anywhere in our country, easily cannot be responsible for engineering the outcome of a presidential race, a very important presidential race. In Pennsylvania, Democrats have gone to the state Supreme Court to try and ban our election observers, and very strongly. Now, we won the case, but they're going forward. They don't want anybody in there. They don't want anybody watching them as they count the ballots. And I can't imagine why. There's absolutely no legitimate reason why they would not want to have people watching this process, because if it's straight, they should be proud of it. Instead, they're trying, obviously, to commit fraud.
Did he say it's straight? Did he just call the process gay? Is he being homophobic? Oh my God. Yeah. people that we know have been saying that he's a white supremacist. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know if it's the same one. I've shared it twice, apparently.
I think the other one is going to be the last scene from Scarface.
That's not me. That's that cockroach, Tony Montana. Let's see. Oh, I sent this thing, I guess, 4 fucking times. Oh, look at stop the fraud. That's all he said, and they censored it. They talked for 3.5 years about how Trump cheated with Russia and paid Facebook groups to manipulate the election, and now they're telling you that there is no election fraud whatsoever. They cleaned it up.
Yeah.
I can't accept this, dude. I can't. I just can't.
What are you gonna do about it?
I don't know. I'm not gonna burn anything down, but I am always gonna tell people that I don't accept it. That's all. I'm just not gonna hurt anybody doing it. The other side did it the whole time. I'm gonna drive them nuts now.
What if other people are hurting people?
Let's see. All the recent Biden claimed states would be legally challenged by us for voter fraud and state election fraud. Plenty of proof. Just check out the media. Look at that. It like closed it back up on me before I could even finish reading it. Just check out the media. We will win. America first. Yeah, dude. That just closed itself on me within a fucking couple of seconds.
That's not bastards. Even like a contentious statement.
No,
you know
like
I mean?
he's
like, we're legally challenging it. How are you gonna? They are literally legally challenging it. How can you say that's misleading? That's misleading.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
real.
That's literally what's happening.
Yep.
There's nothing misleading about it.
I don't think I wasn't supposed to hear that. I was one of the last carriers in the building. I don't even think he realized I was still there.
Okay, tell me where you work.
I work at the post office in Erie, PA.
Tell us what happened this morning, November the 5th.
This morning I was casing my route, and I saw the postmaster pull one of our supervisors to the side. And as he was pulling the supervisor, it was really close to where my case was, so I was able to listen in. And I heard him say to the supervisor that they messed up yesterday. I was like, what did they mess up on? And he told the supervisor that they had postmarked one of the ballot for the 4th, for the 3rd, because they were supposed to put them for the 3rd.
Why was he upset?
Because he's honest to God, he's actually a Trump hater. But because it may have came from Pittsburgh. I don't know the whole details because I'm not a supervisor. All these ballots that are coming in today, tomorrow, yesterday, are all supposed to be postmarked the 3rd.
Do you believe that order still stands?
Yes, no doubt, considering that they still want us to pick up ballots tomorrow. They had a specific meeting, safety meeting, where one of the higher-ups, Rob and Stephanie, basically told us to make sure we pick up the ballots and give them directly to the supervisor.
Rob, the postmaster. and you're telling me that they're still asking people to pick up ballots tomorrow, November 6th?
Yes.
There's a whistleblower inside your office that says that you have been ordering employees to backdate ballots to November 3rd from November 4th and 5th.
That's untrue, and I don't talk to reporters. Thank you.
Okay, but we've had multiple sources say that this is happening. He hung up the phone on me.
The last guy hung up on it too. We have so much proof. So much proof.
Christmas is coming soon, and you can prepare some gifts for yourself and your friends. This is the Sager.
You count the votes that came in late. We're looking at them very strongly, but a lot of votes came in late. I've already decisively won many critical states, including massive victories in Florida, Iowa, Indiana, Ohio. To name just a few, we won these and many other victories despite historic election interference from big media, big money, and big tech. As everybody saw, we won by historic numbers. And the pollsters got it knowingly wrong. They got it knowingly wrong. We had polls that were so ridiculous, and everybody knew it at the time. There was no blue wave that they predicted. They thought there was going to be a big blue wave. That was false. It was done for suppression reasons. But instead, there was a big red wave. And it's been properly acknowledged, actually, by the media. They were, I think, very impressed. But that was after the fact. That doesn't do us any good. We kept the Senate despite having twice as many seats to defend as Democrats. And in a really much more competitive states, we did a fantastic job with the Senate. I think we're very proud of what's happened there. We had many more seats to defend. They spent almost $200 million on Senate races in South Carolina and Kentucky alone, 2 races, and hundreds of millions of dollars overall against us. At the national level, our opponents' major donors were Wall Street bankers and special interests. Our major donors were police officers, farmers, everyday citizens. Yet for the first time ever, we lost 0 races in the House. I was talking to Kevin McCarthy today. He said he couldn't believe it. 0 races, very unusual thing, 0. And actually won many new seats with, I think, many more on the way. This was also the year of the Republican woman. More Republican women were elected to Congress than ever before. That's a great achievement. I won the largest share of non-white voters of any Republican in 60 years, including historic numbers of Latino, African American, Asian American, and Native American voters, the largest ever in our history. We grew our party by 4 million voters, the greatest turnout in Republican Party history. Democrats are the party of the big donors, the big media, the big tech, it seems, and Republicans have become the party of the American worker, and that's what's happened. And we're...
Sorry, I thought that was a different video. Jason Miller said numerous examples of fraud come to light that will be critical to upcoming mandatory recount in Georgia. Dead people voting, forged signatures, missing signatures, mass unsolicited ballots filled out by others, and possibly most egregious, legally cast ballots not being counted. It's a little scary. Ballots found in drainage ditches, refusing to let pollers and poll watchers inside. There were videos of them passing out collateral material in polling sites all over Philadelphia. New York City voters are wrongfully receiving mail-in ballots marked for military use. Queens voters receiving military, this is the New York Post. Let's see here. Voters in New York City have received mail-in ballots for the 2020 presidential election marked for military use despite never having served in the armed forces, causing confusion and concerns over whether the ballots can or should be used. The misprint makes it appear that the voters received an official military absentee ballot instead of a military absentee ballot, leaving several borough residents who received the documents, including 2 Post journalists, worried that their votes might not be properly tallied. I believe that's just the tip of the iceberg, says City Councilman Jimmy Van Bramer, referring to the constituents in the Sunnyside District who have reached out to him about receiving the ballots. It appears that everyone has gotten this particular ballot. I actually started following one of the guys who was running in that fucking race in those areas right there in Queens and all that.
You're a queen.
Only on the outside. But yeah, so this is another area, and the dude was talking, like on all of his campaign things, he's talking about the corruption in his district, and sure enough, there it is. Here we go. Alex Jones was in mayor of Copa County. Showed up to help in the protest. Just a short little video there, but let's see here. Oh, it's a private account. Son of a bitch. Let's see here. Scott Baio, Charles in Charge, said President Donald Trump knew the fix was in back in June. And he tweeted back in June on the 22nd, millions of mail-in ballots will be printed by foreign countries and others will be the scandal of our times. Called it. Nailed it. Don Solomon reports on Parler. PA official overseeing vote count posted anti-Trump tweets called him dangerously unfit. You know, like, it's funny because, like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I could never be in politics because I'm so biased. Like, why can't I be?
Everybody else is.
There's other reasons. There's other reasons that would keep me out of politics, you know, my big mouth and stuff, but that's fine. Like, did you really say this? Maybe. Maybe
I
I
heard
did.
this guy didn't even go to college.
What an idiot. Charlie Kirk had said, it's been very instructive to see which conservatives have stepped up to fight during this critical moment with those who have decided to run to the hills. Yeah, we're seeing it. But I don't know, some of these people are like, bro, I just want to keep my girlfriend and my wife and not let them ever meet. Sorry. Julian's rum. The longer they drag this out to get the votes they need, the more undeniably obvious it becomes. Yeah, I mean, the videos and all the things like that really do it for me. And, like, I thought I was being paranoid the night of my thing, but, like, irregularities were seen everywhere unless they just got it brainwashed in our heads to just not trust anyone. Like, that guy, he fucking shuffled those papers weird. Election fraud. Hashtag election fraud.
That's probably why they were cardboarding up the windows.
Yep, they were like, that fucking guy has not stopped staring at us for 27 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think he's blinked. Tom Fitton at Judicial Watch said about 154,000 inactive voters on the rolls in Clark County, Nevada before Election Day. Damn. Inactive in one county? Fucking Christ. Cambry, I don't know who she is, but she's got a certified check mark. So that makes anything she says possibly true, unless she's against my beliefs. If Joe Biden is the most popular presidential candidate in the history of America, then why didn't anyone show up to his events? See, I put that on here because that's not a good argument. You know, they covered their ass with that. They were smart. Like, they did all their events, but they were like social distancing, and we don't invite that many people, and they didn't announce them. And instead they were like, let's fucking put 20 brand new trucks. Who wants to pay us the most money? Chevy does? All right. And Jeep's like, we want in. And then they beep horns that you can't hear outside of them. Fucking go Trump, go Trump. Let's see. Mike Huckabee tweeted, hard for me to believe that anyone, Dem or GOP, thinks Donald Trump ought to roll over and quit with so many questions and controversies about ballot issues. People didn't vote for him because he quits, but because he fights back. Why don't we all only want legal / legit ballots counted? I do. A lot of the people are ignoring that shit.
So much for another stimulus package before Inauguration Day.
Right? This was posted yesterday. MSNBC admits Trump is on track to win Arizona. And then he still somehow lost it. I don't know. They just say that they gotta. Wow, it's like one of the first times that the hell just happened. It's one of the first times that fucking Rumble didn't work. Oh, there we go. Normally Rumble's real seamless. Yeah, we got to get ourselves an account on here. Or not. Rumble does not want to work. Look at that, dude.
Rumble don't like you, bro.
It works every other time. It's crazy. Nope. Okay. Next. Oh, look, manipulated media. This is labeled as. It says it's manipulated, but watch this, dude. Watch the screen. Did you see that too? He swiped it away. And they're saying that this is manipulated media. One more time. they were in the studio looking at that. What the hell? Who knows? Maybe it was something else on it, and they added that Pornhub thing. That Pornhub did look kind of cheesy.
Bro, Pornhub's been pretty fucking cheesy looking lately. And don't ask me why I know that. They're always fucking cheesy. They try to go for the cheesiest jokes so they can just be like, watch our porn and pay for it.
Look at this here. This dude says the Kennedys and Clintons are related to each other, married back in the 1600s. This is the Clinton coat of arms and the Kennedy coat of arms. They have the same helmet. They have the same helmet up top with some similar colors, but then their shields and stuff are. But who knows? Those might not even be really their coat of arms. But I didn't have time to look for them. This is one of my other articles that I missed on.
I want to get ours. We have one. I want to get a tattoo.
Do you really? That's awesome.
Let's see. About 10,000 ballots were received across Pennsylvania after Election Day, according to CNN report.
Nick's a Freemason. He's the deep state.
Dude, we have one, unfortunately.
Imagine if the whole time like I was being used and I didn't even know it.
You're a fucking Manchurian candidate.
Son of a bitch. I'm here.
Slipped it into that DMT.
Then unlocked it. It's fucking speaking German or something, man. Scott Baio said, I flipped a coin 138,000 times and it landed on heads each time. Do you believe me?
No.
Carl's in charge, knows how to make a point.
Wasn't that Tony Danza?
No, that's Who's the Boss.
Oh, yeah.
That's someone. Here we go. This dude attacked Buzz Patterson. He said, "You're a Donald Trump fanboy. Think we can safely assume whatever you say should be taken with a pinch of salt."
You don't even know the fucking saying, loser.
So his answer was, "I'm also the guy who used to carry the nuclear football bait." Here we go. This is Rudy Giuliani's thing in Philadelphia.
Can we look in? Yeah, I want to see what he said.
Meaningless paper ballots that no one gets to observe. So we are going to continue the lawsuit here. We're going to bring a second one. And then we're going to bring a federal lawsuit. And we're going to take a very good look at whether we bring this nationally. We certainly are going to bring it here and in Wisconsin. Quite possibly, we'll do a national lawsuit and really expose the corruption of the Democrat Party. But this is beyond.
We'll bring it to the state election commission, then the federal election commission, then all the way to the Supreme Court.
This comes when you think you have so much power and you own the media that you can do anything you want. Well, sorry, we're going to fight for the people.
I want to know what the Trump supporters are doing right now. Are they, are they freaking out? Do they give up all hope? Or are they just sitting there thinking, oh, well, might as well fucking stock up?
Everyone's just being cautious. I mean, as long as people don't come knocking on my door, I'm cool. But I have a feeling they're going to try and fuck with Thanksgiving, bro.
Yeah, they will.
They're already limiting like group activities to 10 people. Shit like that.
What do you think's gonna happen? What do you think is gonna change if Joe Biden gets inaugurated?
80+%.
They already were talking about mandatory COVID vaccines. Some lady started passing through the stuff. I got it coming up. They're just gonna every little freedom that we like to have. They're gonna step on it slowly over time. Having the choice not to take vaccines just to go to school. It's gonna. We ain't gonna have it soon. At least I don't think. You ask me what I think, and I mean maybe I'm wrong. I mean I hope I fucking am. But even like back in the day when like you were paranoid about surveillance, and you were fucking right. Like even though nothing bad has happened yet, if they wanted to, they could fucking eggs. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. I just
dude, CCTV is a very powerful weapon.
We're now like this curfew thing. We're worried about literally like I had to go see Dom before I had people come over tonight because they were coming over for dinner and then they were staying until right just before this. So I literally wouldn't have been able to bring him money or anything because we have a curfew. And that's already a pain in the ass, but they're also adding we have to wear masks in public, outdoors, and I'm cool with wearing it in the stores and stuff, but I don't want to have to wear that shit all the time, you know. And then like, imagine that.
That's so
like,
ridiculous.
It's
outside, just outside in general.
I'm gonna put a bucket right here.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's gonna be like Sharia law. They're literally gonna be like, put on your mask or we're gonna fucking arrest you. At least we're not getting stoned to death, but I don't fucking care. I don't want to be reprimanded at all. I don't even want to be approached because I don't have a mask on.
I want to breathe.
Maybe
dude,
you get 5 lashes in the town square, and you won't. You'll think twice about not wearing that mask again.
You see, dude, and if that kind of shit happens, bro, I swear to God, I don't even know. I'm not even gonna say it. I don't even want to say anything crazy, but
maybe your first warning is to get just put up in the stocks, and people throw rotten cabbage and shit at you all week long. You know, they have
lists, and there are people who may be able to be re-educated, and I'm not on that list, and I think they know it.
Oh, don't worry, it won't be for lack of trying.
No, I'm gonna be naked over a pit. And did you just throw the spoon away, bro?
What?
Right.
Oh,
I
what
was
the fuck are
talking to
you
you.
talking
I
about?
was like, what happened? Media that is dangerous. Guns don't kill people. Ideas kill people.
For real. MSNBC cut the live broadcast of Trump briefing after 40 seconds. Brian Williams called his statements dangerous. Like, really? You're going to be the one that says anything about what people say on the news? This dude was like, yeah, I was in a helicopter that got shot down. They're like, no, you weren't.
The fucking asshole.
Like, dude, that was so insulting to say because you know how many times, like, I remember a majority of the times that the news said that soldiers were killed overseas, like in Iraq or Afghanistan, and it was helicopter stories most of the time. So, like,
well, fuck
like
him
99% of the stories, helicopter crashes had fatalities, and this guy's like, not only was I in a helicopter that got shot down, but I fucking survived.
Yeah, this fucking guy. They were like real combat reporters, you know, like people that went in the middle of a firefight and reported.
Yep.
And he's oh shit.
Like Joker and Raptor
and he's
Man.
over there. Somebody fired a gun 600 yards away from us. I was afraid for my life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He fired it at a deer because he was
better
starving.
job leading our great nation.
Yo, Nick, Dunkaroos.
Apparently, when you hide in a basement, you feel safe communicating your wishful thinking.
Melania
Eat it,
Trump
Melania.
speaks the
Eat your
truth.
words. Katrina Pearson said, wouldn't it be a shame? Donald Trump switched to the Parler app. And just like that, Twitter would be irrelevant. Jack couldn't interfere.
So,
honestly, I think he should and just get rid of his Twitter. But a lot of people are resistant to follow. What were you going to say, Chris?
If Biden does get inaugurated, do you think Trump will run again in 2024?
I want him to, but he's old. You know, like, what if he starts losing his shit? Because it'll come on fast when that stuff happens. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, most of the time, I'm guessing it does. You know, like because sometimes you feel.
What about
fine
that fucking
you're sick.
pirate-looking motherfucker again? I forgot his name.
Crenshaw,
yeah.
Crenshaw, yeah.
Crenshaw.
Yeah, he could be cool too, but we got to get rid of some of these snakes placed throughout.
Dude, we're eating Australian Dunkaroos.
Nice. I get cap in those ones you gave me. Let's see. Julian's Rum said, my concern right now is how quickly this can get out of hand. I only have anecdotal evidence, but people I've spoken to outside Twitter aren't just mad, they're utterly enraged. These are people who aren't usually politically outspoken, but they know they were robbed, or they were robbed and they know it. Praying Medic said, whole First Veritas Vital said, the reason they got stuck with the ridiculous 90+% turnout ratios in blue cities is because Trump's turnout was so high that it was the only option. Yeah, so they saw how, they gauged it. That's what they're saying anyway. Praying Medic said the red wave was real. They knew it. They tried to overcome it. Hopefully that is the case, and they're just getting everything all set to prove this stuff. But I've been fucking waiting for something the whole time. I'm like, by election we're good, and now I'm like, after the election, like, I'm fucking, I don't even know anymore, man. I gotta stop making guesses. It's the same one as before. Yeah, it's fun to make some guesses when like you can see kind of where things are heading, you know what I mean? And then you try and fucking have a theory of your own, and it fucking just does not plan out that way. See, Jason Miller said numerous examples of fraud coming to light that will be critical to the upcoming mandatory. Oh, I already read this one earlier. I guess I sent it again. Yeah, same one. This is Biden's speech earlier. That thing again. Nigel Farage, Biden campaigned from his basement in sympathy with many of his voters who were also 6 feet underground. Yeah, that's Nigel again. What's this one? Those who spent the last 4 years trying to convince everyone that there was election interference are now insisting that it's impossible to tamper with elections. Jesus. The Secretary of Defense, this was yesterday, Sarah Carter from Fox.
Sarah Connor?
Sarah Connor. She said that the Secretary of Defense is resigning because Skynet has asked him to step down. But yeah, so I guess he's preparing a resignation letter. The rumor was he was quitting, and Chris Wray and Gina Haspel, FBI and CIA heads, were going to get fired. So we'll see where it goes from there. I said he wasn't loyal to Trump Road Britons. Look at this here, dude. This dude tweeted, Biden just won Pennsylvania, no issues. Someone next to him tweeted, Trump just won Pennsylvania, and he got fucking censored. Unreal. I tried it too, and they didn't do anything to him. So I tested it out, but they learned their lesson after the algorithm picked up. Steve Bannon was his
kind-hearted man and a good man.
There we go. His Twitter and everything got suspended after one of his shows the other day.
And that's the second term. Second term kicks off with firing Ray, firing Fauci. Now, I actually want to go a step farther, but I realize the president is a kind-hearted man and a good man. I'd actually like to go back to the old times of Tudor England. I'd put the heads on pikes, right? I'd put them at the two corners of the White House as a warning to federal bureaucrats. You either get with the program or you're gone. Time to stop playing games. Blow it all out. Put Rick Grinnell today as the interim head of the FBI. That'll light him up, right?
Love this guy's
you know what,
process.
Steve? Just yesterday, there was the anniversary of the hanging of two
Dad's got
Tories
some
in
sketchy
Philadelphia.
questions. He
Quaker
visited
businessmen
Epstein.
who had cohabitated, if you will, with the British while they were occupying Philadelphia. These people were hung. This is what we used to do to traitors.
That's how you won the revolution. Nobody wants to talk about it. Revolution wasn't some sort of garden party, right? It was not. It was a civil war. It was a civil war. Remember, also in the revolution.
Who are you going to be hanging, Steve fucking Bannon? You look like that yacht sailing piece of shit.
He was. Steve Bannon was hanging out there. Yeah. I found this John McCain tweet.
That was funny.
I mean, good job, Nick.
This one was pretty funny too.
Is that what they mean by flattening the curve?
Yep. Fraud. Yeah, there's vertical lines in Michigan and Wisconsin. That's insane.
Wait. Let me guess. China and Russia are in it, right? They're in on it?
No, because Biden won.
Oh, okay.
That's only to be used against Trump.
So this was the most secure election in history.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so
Wait a minute. What?
Did you see how that works?
Wait, what? Shit. They got, what's his name? What's that guy?
We just say whatever we want.
Chris, I think you happen to be the smartest person I've ever come in contact with in my entire life.
See? Anybody can just say anything.
Wow.
That's not true.
Exactly. I've got 12 inches in my pants of thigh. Biden campaign threatens to escort Trump from the White House. As we said on July 19th, the American people will decide this election. The United States government is perfectly capable of escorting trespassers out of the White House. So we'll see. And I wrote Civil War II, Dementia Boogaloo. See here, praying medic said the Utah Attorney General Sean Reyes take personal leave to help Trump legal team prepare lawsuits in a compromised election process.
This is the vaccine episode of South Park.
Utah is so peaceful with bigamy and incest that the Attorney General can go and just like do community service. Let's see, Katie Couric said, I asked the Attorney General to respond to Ted Cruz's attacks on Philly voting system on Fox last night. His answer, Senator Cruz should know better, and he should also stay the hell out of Pennsylvania's business. Ted Cruz said, in breaking the law, ignoring court orders, counting ballots in secret, and threatening to steal the presidency, it's not Pennsylvania's business, it's America's business. We have the right to expect votes to be counted, 1, fairly, 2, with transparency, and 3, not in secret.
Yeah, Katie Couric.
Ted Cruz is pretty well spoken.
No, it's not.
No, you don't like him?
Nope.
I don't know. I think he comes off better
father
than
was
most.
the Zodiac. Everybody.
What's that?
knows it.
Zodiac killer.
If not
No, you
Ted
said?
Cruz himself. Yep.
Well,
that's what I heard.
You're right. If we're gonna fucking explore all these avenues. If I'm gonna say the crazy things that I say, I gotta back you up. He looks just like that guy. He gained some weight. That's it.
Dude, Ted Cruz fucking he was like, remember when he tried running in 2016? He was like,
they're the same age, right, dude? He could be like a brother or something, just like Dexter and the Ice Truck Killer. Maybe that's what they were talking about, dude. Oh man, that's another connection. Jesus. Enoch said the U.S. dollar rises when Trump was winning.
Nick, too bad you're not here to freebase some weed with us.
I wish that we could do it by Bluetooth.
Bluetooth shotgun.
See,
Like that show called Upload. You ever watch that?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I've seen the first episode. It's was that an Amazon show?
Yeah, it's got
that's the dude's dying and he has a choice to go into a computer program, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
such a good show.
It says I'm expecting and that's Arrow's cousin, right, or his brother or something.
Little brother.
I'm expecting the My Fellow Americans tweet from POTUS sooner rather than later. Julian's Realm is still confident that all of the QAnon shit's going to come to revelation, and
that's another.
I don't know if I don't believe it's coming. I'm just sick of fucking waiting. I'm sick of, I don't know, getting anxiety. Praying medic said the plan was never about eating popcorn or watching a handful of good guys save the country.
Dude, what's Oliver Queen's real name?
What's that?
What's Oliver Queen's real name in Green Arrow?
No, not Stephen Amell.
He has a brother. that's like younger than him.
Robbie Amell.
And he's like 8 years younger, apparently. Dude, they look exactly alike, just different color hair.
Tim Dillon tweeted, "It would be admittedly easier to ask Trump to accept the results if Democrats didn't spend 2 years and lots of money trying to prove he was installed by a Russian in a bogus election."
Now it's a fair and free election.
What's that?
Nothing. I'm just, people are ridiculous.
Dan Crenshaw tweeted, "If Trump loses, he loses. It was never an impossible outcome. We must accept the final results when it is over. But the unfortunate reality is that there's very little trust in the process where irregularities have been flagrant and transparency lacking."
Crenshaw 2024.
I hope he runs. I don't think he will, though. I think he's still too young.
Yeah, maybe a 28 or a 32.
It's like, I gotta save you when I'm 40 or something. It's like, I can still kill. Send me to kill. And they're like, dude, you're a fucking congressman. Stop.
No,
so he got killed as a congressman.
I want my president riding up on a horse at the head of the fucking army from now on. If you're gonna send people over there, you gotta go fight too. Get in a tank, bitch.
Right? Don't worry, we'll pep 6 other tanks with you.
I wish we had a Bill and Ted fucking phone booth, because I would go get George Washington. I'd be like, bro.
George Washington would have
killed these guys
everybody in this election. He would have. George Washington would have killed everybody up in this election, and he would have decided we need a King Washington out here after all. To get
and he'd have to do it fast, because otherwise they'd be like, he owned slaves.
Yes. Now I own 330 million slaves.
Yeah, and he'd be like,
peasants.
As soon as they said that, he'd look at everybody and be like, you still got the Second Amendment?
Yo, could you imagine if these dueling fucking black powder single shot pistol motherfuckers had 30 round Glocks on their hips, an AR, a fucking a saw mounted on the back of a Humvee? Things would have been very different back then.
Very.
We wouldn't be having this conversation right now. We'd probably be living under a regime.
Do you remember the movie Time Cop? The dude was robbing gold from like the Civil War guys. Fucking like he looked like a cowboy, and then he's like, "Give me that gold." And they're like, "Boy, we're gonna shoot you." They had black powder guns. And shit.
Yep.
And this dude pulls out like MP5s with lasers on them. I was like, well, that's a way to make yourself rich.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Dude, if I had the power to go back in time like that, that'd probably be my scam too.
Oh, I mean, you saw Back to the Future too. You know what messing around with that kind of shit can do.
So just get an almanac and come back real fast.
Yep.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Go to an earlier version of yourself.
The biggest sports fan.
Don't get involved in all the other bullshit that he was doing when he was out there.
Yeah. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger said there will be no recount in Georgia. What do you call it? Supreme Court is going to be dealing with all those. They started reversing some of those already. Let's see, Trump tweeted rigged 2020 election. Look at that. They didn't censor it on this one here. But that's the same one. But Carrie Kellerman here said, stop foreign election meddling, audit the election in all 50 states. I've seen a lot of people saying that don't do a recount, do an audit. I don't know what the difference is, but maybe we should audit. I want to figure out I'm going to find out the difference for next week. But I've been seeing it more and more. Michigan, let's see, showed a flip from Biden to Trump. Trump receives 9,000 ballots. The 9,000 goes to Biden, 7,200. As the Epic Times. Fucking Gretchen Whitmer, evil witch. Let's see. What else we got? Andrew Wilkow said, Democrats say there's no voter fraud. Show them this interactive map of heritage.
Well, Joe Biden gets inaugurated and sends people $6,000 checks. People are gonna fucking stop caring real quick.
Real quick, dude. And then like Pelosi and all them aren't gonna. It's oh man, I hope she's still gonna be Speaker of the House. Fuck, man, it's gonna suck.
So, what do you think our timeline looks like, boys?
For what?
I have no idea.
Breakdown of society. Not any time that's going to be reasonable for us.
No, and nothing. I don't think there's going to be any craziness until Inauguration Day. And if they haven't settled this by then there's going to be trouble.
Maybe we'll get lucky and COVID will explode and 2 million people will die by, fucking
January.
I fucking hope the dead reanimated instead.
And they
It'd
can
be way better.
Biden.
That'd be a good idea. If only I can guarantee you something like that is going to happen. It's going to skyrocket.
I had a screenshot of that because I wanted to check this too. This guy said Lancaster, PA had 108,000 mail-in ballots requested. They had 89,000 returned. 142,000 mail-in ballots were counted. We deserve an explanation. So I want to look more into that.
My name is Mud.
My name is Mud. I actually heard that song the other night for some reason.
I heard it too today.
I was watching something. It was Joe M. Storm was upon us. Said, how do you show the left that Biden is in the pocket of China? Easy. Reveal how China printed and delivered millions of fraudulent ballots to push Biden over the edge and release the evidence of his payments from China at the same time. The public will understand why China was so invested in Biden. Hashtag Hunter's laptop. Well, I'm fucking tired of fucking waiting, sitting around and waiting and hearing that shit. Fucking put up or shut up already. Same thing.
What's your opinion on Joe M, Nick? Like, with him still believing in
I like him, dude. He's good with it. I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, like not everything is all bullshit and stuff that gets, sometimes shit gets a little off the rails and I don't know, it's just like even with Anonymous used to post some good shit and then sometimes they post some nonsense that you don't want to believe either,
I mean, honestly, in my opinion, if Anonymous says he can expose QAnon, great, awesome, do it.
Just like Alex Jones said, I judge a tree by the fruit it bears. Like, I was totally invested in QAnon, and QAnon totally was hating on Alex Jones, even the followers. And I never listened, you know what I mean? Like, I cherry pick my stuff. And I know that sounds stupid, but it's like I've said, there's little nuggets of truth in everything. Every time that there's corruption out there, they will spin a crazy ass story around it. They'll keep it quiet as long as they can, but as soon as it's heard about, they just spin the craziest shit, and that's the best way to do it is disinformation.
Oh yeah,
you tell the story a different way to somebody else, and it fucking just spirals out of control, and then their imaginations take over.
And then they tell two friends, and they tell two friends,
and they tell
and
so on,
friends.
and so on. But yeah. Fuck. Ancient Chinese secret.
See the difference.
George Papadopoulos said they got caught. Paramedics said you're soon going to learn more about blackmail than you ever wanted to know. 911 said GOP makes emergency request to the Supreme Court to intervene in Pennsylvania's vote tally, which they did. They voted. They said that all the votes had to be segregated, secured, and recounted. Sorry. Michigan County clerk discovers total votes counted by election software did not match printed tabulator tapes. So that this vote machine is doing what Dr. Shiva was talking about, votes in fractions. In world, and then it multiplies to help their other guys. It gives them the votes so that at the end, the vote tally, all the votes with the same amounts, it shows that total there was 20 million votes or whatever. It doesn't say how they went, just says that they were cast, Pretty slick shit they do. Let's listen to what this lady
Count
said.
all of the ballots. And these counties that use this, if all this wasn't enough, in Antrim County, ballots were counted for Democrats that were meant for Republicans, causing a 6,000 vote swing against our candidates. The county clerk came forward and said tabulating software glitched and caused a miscalculation of the votes. Since then, we have now discovered that 47 counties use this same software in the same capacity. Antrim County had to hand count all of the ballots, and these counties that use this software need to closely examine their results for similar discrepancies. The people of Michigan deserve a transparent and open process. If all this wasn't enough,
awesome.
Let's see here. We got JFK. Chuck Colesto said, breaking report, chair of the FEC, Federal Election Commission's trade trainer, believes voter fraud is taking place in states still counting ballots. Kyle Becker said, swing state voting irregularities. Biden outperforms senators in swing states, underperforms in PA, New Hampshire, Rhode Island. Biden underperforms Hillary, Obama in cities except Michigan, PA, Georgia, and Wisconsin. Biden mail-in dumps with 100% margins. GOP loses 0 House races. Something is definitely off. I don't know what the fuck he just said, little kid, but he's special, man.
Reach out.
I don't know how he was smart enough to fucking see all that. I got lost rereading it 6 times. I'm like, all right, it sounds good. I don't know. Someone will fucking. Damn, DC Drano. How you gonna fucking? He got a private account, but this dude got mad followers.
Yeah, he kept getting reported, so he had to go private.
Yes.
What did they say to you?
This is another postman.
The postal inspector contacted you today in Pennsylvania?
This guy looks like a pedophile.
Yes.
What did they say to you?
They asked me the same questions you asked me yesterday about what I'd seen and what I'd heard. And we're asking if I had any more information or whatnot.
You witnessed your supervisor backdating a ballot to November 3rd?
I did not witness them backdating it. I witnessed them talking about backdating.
What did you hear them say?
They were talking about how the day before, which was the 4th, they had postdated all but one of the ballots that were picked up as the 3rd, but they had one that they made a mistake and postmarked it the 4th.
You heard Robert Weisenbacher say this to Daryl, or Daryl say it? How did you hear it?
Robert was saying it to Daryl.
Robert was saying it to Daryl.
Yes.
They made a mistake on the ballot and they should have backdated the November 4th ballot to November 3rd, correct?
Yes.
And you heard this, and since you did the interview with me in the shadows, what has happened to you at your employment? They were taking an action against you today?
Well, I'm not for sure, but they are bringing up stuff that happened like in the past.
So they brought up old allegations against you today that were already adjudicated, and they brought those up today?
Yes.
These inspectors have. What was this? What was the nature of your conversation with the post office officials that reached out to you today about this, about our interview?
They said that I was. Well, because of certain factors, I was kind of implicated as the one who had came out. So they wanted to get my side of the story because they wanted to start an investigation into this. I think this comes from above them, and that's what I told the full service.
Yeah, right. They're like,
I just think they were just doing what they're told.
For a week and a half straight, they keep canceling meetings. They're like, oh, can you come this day? And he's like, no, I have the kids this day and all this. And they're going to murder him. They're like, yeah, we did a deduction thing, and we figured out that it was you that is the whistleblower, you know. So if you could just help us with this investigation, you know, it's supposed to be kept private. You know what I mean? Like I'd be like, bro, why the fuck did you tell them?
It's like Robert De Niro waving fucking Karen into the warehouse at the end of Goodfellas.
Yeah, go get a dress. Go ahead.
Right in there.
No, in there. Go. It was like 5 guys that stand around a fucking workout pool table.
Pulling out plastic.
Twitter slaps a misleading label on Trump's tweet about people trying to steal the election. He said, "We are up."
Jimmy, I just remembered I have to go somewhere. I have to be somewhere.
Yeah. I gotta go, Jimmy. I gotta go. The CIA developed software that was designed to alter foreign elections. The Hammer and Scorecard, a software algorithm, according to Attorney Sidney Powell, has altered 3% of the digital votes of this election. She has strong evidence and credible witnesses. And then Twitter said this claim about election fraud is disputed. Of course it is. Of course you fact checked it. AOC is encouraging domestic terrorism by calling a list of her political enemies. She should be expelled from Congress. They won't. Postal carrier and PA claims higher ups instruct workers to backdate ballots. President Trump's ballots found in landfill in Orange County. Well,
President Donald Trump, and not the only one we found in the trash.
Crazy. Look here, Rashim Kassam said totally normal for 170-year-olds to be voting in Allegheny County in Pennsylvania. Look at these people, dude. Look at their birth dates. Fucking 1850, 1854, 1890, 1894, 1896. Oh, the guy in 1850 there. Washington, he voted. He voted early on 9/30, September 30th. He might have died just before the election, dude. Who the fuck are you, man? Maybe he drinks adrenochrome. I mean, who knows? Supreme Court of the U.S. Orders county boards in Pennsylvania to segregate mail-in ballots received after 8 p.m. on election day. Fuck yeah. So that means that they all got to get looked at, all those big dumps. But who knows? They just tweet about it and then nothing gets done. Just like us, we tweet about it and nobody gives a fuck. They are now even putting judges on that AOC list, sitting judges. That's from Gulag Inmate 4859. James Woods called out AOC and said, "Are you literally making lists? I understand you're an ignorant nitwit who never had a passing acquaintance with a history book, but political lists are exactly what communists do. Lenin, Stalin, Pol Pot, Castro. So put me at the top of your list, you moron. I'd be honored." Oh no, I don't think he means that.
Yeah. I don't feel very honored when you're fucking breaking rocks in a mine somewhere in the desert.
Imagine if James Woods really was like a fucking badass, though. Like you see him in a gulag and he's like beating up guards and shit.
He's fucking Batman, everybody. He's just fucking
like an Entourage. They stole some of his movie premiere tickets from Aquaman and he's yelling at the camera. He's like, "Drella, I'm gonna shove your head up Turtle's ass." Kyle Becker tweeted, "Just pause for a moment and consider that a widespread election software system that was used in virtually every swing state in the 2020 election is called Dominion. If that doesn't send chills up your spine, nothing will." Yeah, that is a kind of sick name for something. Yeah, that's how we yeah, well, it's fucked up. Even one of the bad guys in it's an alliance, and they're in Star Trek. They're called the Dominion. They have slaves who pretend that they're fair. It's the same thing. Let's see. SpongeBob saying there was no election interference. Dude, Landon had a he's watching this thing, and it's a cartoon of this kid, and he's talking to this fox, and the fox looks like his eyes are crossed, and he's like, he's retarded or something. And I was like, what the hell is that? And he goes, this derpy fox. Jesus Christ. Tommy Lahren. Tommy Lahren was censored as well. She wrote "Stolen Election." She got a fucking marked. Buzz Patterson. He's running. I guess he's running for Senate in California. I don't think he won there, did you, buddy? He follows us. Wow, that's cool.
He follows us?
Yeah. I did not notice that before. That's awesome. He's a lieutenant colonel and commander of the White House. This guy carried the nuclear football. That's fucking dope. Look at, dude, Chris, his logo is Top Gun. We got to move where this guy lives. Vote for him. Look at that. It's the fucking Top Gun logo. I'll be his wingman anytime. Anyway, he tweeted about Hammer and Scorecard too, so I don't know. Hopefully,
you should keep posting.
What's that?
Make sure you keep posting. That guy will see your posts.
I'm gonna. George Papadopoulos is also talking about Hammer and Scorecard. He's involved in all the. He's the one that they set up for the Russian collusion thing. So he said, get familiar with these terms as they will be impacting this election big time. So George Papadopoulos has not missed on any of his shit. So him and Dan Bongino with the whole Spygate thing and all that, they fucking had it all done. And the whole thing with Flynn too, even before Spygate broke, they were covering the Flynn shit. And then George Papadopoulos started speaking out more because he was like, dude, they're fucking accusing me of this. And they sent some hot chick in that tried to blow him. And luckily he had a hot girlfriend. So he's like, no, I'm not going to, you know. And he didn't do anything because they would have had him in the honeypot right there. Patriot J tweeted, crazy irresponsible for PA to be called after SCOTUS ruling demanding votes to be segregated yesterday. Yeah, I thought that was pretty fucked up. I woke up this morning. Everybody's upset. Look, he said, I won this election by a lot, and official sources may have not called the race when this was tweeted. Newt Gingrich said, if you want to see how much the fix is in, votes are still being counted. No recounts have started. Challenges are ignored. 5 states were within 1%, but the media pack has declared Biden won. Lady Canuck with a Q said, Biden will never be president. Never. MSM. It's not the side who wins the presidency. Only legal votes decide. The Patriots never allowed this to happen. Vanessa Souza said, Trump is playing golf. Golf, yes, golf. This guy's amazing. The left wants him to hunker down and cry, but he's keeping his cool and getting his relaxation and still doggedly fighting for what is right. His father was an example of the cool-headed warrior.
If the military is the only way, then so fucking be it, man.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. We don't want this. We want to keep this from happening if possible. You know what I mean? Like,
the last thing
it's not a good idea to just destroy half the country.
You just burn up the Constitution while you're doing it, because we don't need it anymore
that's
at that
it.
point.
I know.
We literally don't need it anymore at that point.
Exactly. I'm not saying we need to get rid of it. I'm just saying.
No. I'm saying if the military gets involved in the elections, we will have raped that piece of paper out of
existence.
Yeah.
We're trying to do this. We're trying to do this without
the military is for foreign enemies. You know, like you don't do military.
It's going to be done
necessary.
without pain.
It's not necessary. There are plenty of other ways to deal with this. And it doesn't need. I don't know. I do want to see some people arrested.
We are all gonna die.
The type software cheating that was going on when Hammer and Scorecard was possibly used by Dems to defeat their own candidate Bernie Sanders in 2016 and 2020, and possibly used as far back as 2012 by Obama. And dude, we said that.
We're fair.
We saw that Bernie got fucking ripped off in the state twice because we had so many Bernie supporters.
Twice.
What's that?
Said he got ripped off in this country twice.
Yeah.
They didn't just fuck him over in the one state.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. But they really fucked him in ours. Breaking statement from Trump: I will not rest until the American people have the honest vote count they deserve and that democracy demands. We'll see. Simple fact is that this election is far from over. Joe Biden has not been certified as the winner of any states beginning Monday. Our campaign will start prosecuting our case in court to ensure election laws are fully upheld and the rightful winner is seated.
That's what she said.
Media coordinated efforts are attempting to simply declare Joe Biden the president and ignore the rule of law. There's no official winner until every legal vote is counted accurately. The state certified the results and all legal challenges are resolved.
What she said.
Yeah. Jack Flynn, Michael Flynn's son, said, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Chris Christie is a traitor to Donald Trump. He's a two-faced asswipe. I'm just going to leave this here. Chris Christie did something fucked up. I don't know what, but pissed him off. Just told on conference the ballots in some states will be inspected to see if ballots have the property security features on them to determine if the ballot is real or fake. Buckle up.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
So all media outlets have just projected Joe Biden is the 46th president of the United States. So what do I think? Let me tell you. I think that the media does not project or claim the winner of the presidency. The people do. This thing is far from over, and the voice of the people will be heard. The end.
There's chlorine in this fucking shitty city water we have.
It's a deficiency.
That stuff will put hair on your balls. Florida GOP rep Matt Gaetz has tested positive for COVID-19 antibodies, though not the live virus, indicating that he had the coronavirus at one point. He didn't even get sick. That's crazy. He probably had it. He was just being quiet, like a fucking someone that got bit by a zombie.
Oh, no, it is Kelsey.
Yeah, people started checking these numbers on the trays, and there's a 110-page document here with all this stuff all about it.
Need to put Calveg into it next time.
Tracking where they were from, and I couldn't understand it. I tried. This was Trump's thing. Tom Fitton said, thankfully, the Constitution does not give the media ability to declare the winner. There's a bunch of these. Randy Quaid, Cousin Eddie said, legal votes decide who was president, not the fake news cartel. I got censored again. I put WTF to see what it is. Trump said people were screaming, stop the count. We demand transparency as legal observers refused admittance to count rooms. They censored it. We saw it. We literally saw it, and they censored it. When Trump is leading by 500,000 votes in the state, they say, let's hold on, let's see what happens. When Biden is leading a state by less than 10,000 votes, they say, oh my God, President Biden, we aren't fooled. Yeah, he stayed at 214 for like a day and a half.
Yeah.
Well, Biden kept going up, and the states still weren't even fully announced. What the fuck? Buck Sexton said it's not over yet. Bryson Gray said media outlets don't decide elections, do not be deceived. United News Network said over 6,000 votes in Michigan were wrongly sent to Joe Biden that have now been sent to President Trump. This is not discrimination. This is fact. Don't let the MSM say there is no evidence of anything strange going on. They had that, and then one of the other 130,000 vote things that they had, they called them out on it, and they're like, oh, that was a mistake. And they're like, okay, well, fucking fix it. And then the numbers never changed anyway. They're like, it was a typing error. Look at this guy. His name, he changed his name to Jonathan, occupant of Gulag AOC. The Associated Press is participating in what is essentially a coup at this moment. There are many court battles ahead. Their premature call risks street violence and confrontation, extremely irresponsible, pathetic, really. Yeah, that's how I was thinking about it. I was like, they're fucking trying to start trouble. They want us to be like, they took our president. They stole our president. So Bridget Gabriel said President Trump won, and they got censored. Let's see. Julian's Rum said, I believe California. Let's see here. First, Cece said, someone explained how New York was called early, but has only 78% currently counted. Julian's Rum said California was called with 0% reporting. You remember we were watching that, dude? California, Washington, and Oregon. All fucking
popped up at the same time.
Yeah, dude. And then they had no counties on any of them. It's horseshit. Here we go. This is
Come on, don't be ridiculous. Because they don't decide the election. The call for Joe Biden is it? Who was it called by? Oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow. All the networks. Okay. We have to forget about the law. Judges don't count. All the networks thought Biden was going to win by 10%. Gee, what happened? Come on, don't be ridiculous. Networks don't get to decide elections. Courts do, because they don't decide the election. The call for Joe Biden is it? Who was it called by? Oh my goodness, all the networks. What?
Emerald Robinson, Joe Biden has not been certified winner. We knew that. Let's see, someone flew a banner over the UK, said the world knows Trump won, #mega.
You notice that a lot of anything Trump, anything related to Trump, you're not seeing it on social media. Nothing.
No, not at all. Crazy Days and Night said the devil's biggest lie is that he doesn't exist. The media's biggest lie is that voter fraud doesn't exist. These two myths must be shattered with hard evidence. Low intensity conflict using information warfare. Yeah, well, we've been doing that for fucking years now. See, the Bradford file. Biden has 5 million more votes than anyone in history. Democrats keep losing House seats. LMAO. This is so obvious what they did. That's the same thing there. Dan Bongino said we cannot allow another election to pass with Twitter, Facebook, and Google in charge of our republic. Their unprecedented efforts at speech suppression and ideological intimidation were destructive beyond comparison. Agreed. But I don't see how they can ever fix it. There were a huge Europe has like a second lockdown going on, dude. Look at this fucking protest. They had like COVID lockdown in Germany. Mad people.
Looks like a good time.
Is that West or East Germany?
There's only one Germany now.
I know.
But I bet you they're divided in two just like that. Bet you those people that probably have some crazy parents are like, that fucking wall used to keep those assholes out of here. It was great. Let's see.
Hey, let's smoke those drugs.
Yep. Benny Johnson said, I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but the media has no business calling an election that is currently being litigated on this many levels with this many discrepancies. Our media is attempting to break this country in half. This election is irredeemably compromised. Pragmatic said, many people have pitched in to report the results of the election and provide commentary on it. In the days since, as a community, we've uncovered evidence of election fraud. Many people have shared video evidence. Others have offered personal experience or legal assistance. John Cardillo, who is what the hell is he? He's an
horseback rider.
Yep, that too. But he said the same thing. Hammer and scorecard. Don't forget those words. So see what happens with that. Ryan Fournier said, "Hey, OC, I 100% support President Trump. Please include me on your list, and good luck canceling me." Republican Senator Pat Toomey said, "President Trump's claims of fraud and theft of the election are just not substantiated." So this person said, "Here comes the rhinos. The American people are watching." Yeah, I mean, they're maybe a bad guy, but unsubstantiated. Of course, he's going to say that about his state. Ryan O'Hanley said a vote recount is nearly as helpful as a vote audit. Fake ballots need to be exposed, not recounted.
Yeah.
Yeah, America. Yeah. Nevada GOP, they said they had 4 people send them back ballots for kids. The 17-year-old father of a 17-year-old who registered and received a ballot thankfully contacted the county for the kids and eligibility. But they're fucking trying everything. Alex Jones had people, dude. They were fucking sending. They got one for their dead cat, and then Hulk Hogan had a friend who got one for his dead dog.
This is how they're trying to normalize pedophilia. They're giving 15-year-olds the ability to vote so that they'll vote for pro-pedophile legislation.
They're like, what if we do it to animals first? Then they'll forget about the kids. So Jim Hoff from Gateway Pundit, world champion boxer Joe Frazier voted this year in Pennsylvania, but he skipped campaigning for Joe Biden because he's dead since 2011.
Does anybody really know that for sure?
You're right. He might be alive. He still has the right to vote.
Thing that the Democrats do every time election time.
It's racist not to let him vote.
You know what we're living in, guys? We're living in 3 different type of wokes. On one hand, we have a woke where people think they're woke and think that they're getting justice. They think that there's all kind of racism going on, and they think they're getting justice by rioting and looting. We have a second type of woke where people do research and they realize that the people that think they're woke are actually being used. They realize it's a thing that the Democrats do every time election time comes around. They get off the racism card. It's been going on for a good while now. Then we have the third woke. Now, this is the biggest woke. The third woke is the people that God is actually waking up. Now, these people realize that it actually has nothing to do with people. These people realize that it has everything to do with the spiritual realm. These people realize that it's an actual spiritual warfare going on. These people realize that evil is getting taken down in the spiritual warfare. Have you ever gave somebody complete facts, fact after fact after fact, and they still don't hear you? They're zombies, you guys. They're live walking zombies. Evil is real. If you're going to be woke, be God woke.
God woke. Light woke.
We woke as fuck.
I'm not woke.
Bro, I wish you were here. You could be taking dabs with us.
Great curfew, Nick. Do it. I thought, aren't we revolutionaries?
Well, I'm in my bunker.
You're right.
If you won't even break curfew, what's going to happen when we need to go out there and fight?
I'm a pussy. Look at this here. Look at this here. These are mail-in ballots being counted, right? And it comes from this ballot was mailed from a Chinese UPS. And SF Express is a Chinese multinational delivery service. And we just
right there, there's Chinese writing.
Shenzhen. It is the second largest courier in China and provides domestic and international express delivery.
It's also a multinational delivery service.
What if it's from expats?
It could be. You're right. You're totally right.
Dude, that was not a Chinese-run facility. That was USPS 2.0.
Yeah. Everybody
it was
knows
done, but they got sent from China. And I'm hoping that it was a mail-in ballot from a Chinese
Nick, didn't
citizen.
you know that's how they have to count them? They have to count them by sending to China because they're a neutral fucking party? Like, fuck.
Well, the good news is Democrats aren't burning down cities across America and looting businesses as usual. At least not yet.
Yeah,
Brian Fournier said declassify everything on the Democrats.
march into the cities, they're not still there.
Right.
Hey, are the cops
Donald
still
Trump.
not being paid to like do their jobs?
I don't know. They're told there's a lot of stand down orders that we hear. People that go there and listen on the scanners and shit. 70 million pissed off Republicans and not one city burned to the ground. Julian Trump said, "Don't threaten civil war with defenders of the Second Amendment." Donald Trump said 71 million legal votes, the most ever for a sitting president. Crazy Days and Nights said, people ask me why I'm calm. I'm not an insider. However, I've spent 4,000 hours since 2015 studying Trump. Every news feed, every tweet, every post from our friend. Talking about Q. I see patterns whether I want to or not, and I see mathematical certainty that we are watching a military op. Fucking hope he's right, but I don't know anymore. His claim is about election fraud is disputed in another censored one by Trump. And he said that the observers were not allowed into the counting rooms. I won the election, got 71 million legal votes. Bad things happen, which our observers were not allowed to see. Never happened before. Millions of mail-in ballots were sent to people who never asked for them. And they censor all of that and say that it's disputed when we got videos of it, like here. People just filling out ballots and throwing them in the fucking baskets. Stamping them.
Is that a poll watcher sitting right there, or is that just a person? See, I feel like the person sitting across from her is the person that's supposed to be watching her fill out that ballot and then take out that Trump vote out of that box while they flip that piece of paper. She would continue flipping that paper. That's another Trump vote she's taking out so that way she can put a Biden vote in. That's what that looks like to me.
Easy. Non-661 said, I don't know what's worse, watching these Biden idiots jumping for joy at these rallies, knowing full well our election process was hijacked, and them being so clueless that they think Biden is not controlled by China. Dan Bongino just said, nope. The media undermined our president for 4 years and enabled the coup against him. They are not the free press. They are the enemy of truth and freedom. Do not listen to their lies. Do not accept their proclamations. They have dishonored themselves in the profession of journalism. This is, here we go. Kayleigh McEnany said, where's Joe Biden calling on massive super spreader events held in his name to end?
Where's the mainstream media coverage about them not all wearing masks?
Yep. Whatever. Amended lawsuits identified 21,000 plus dead people on Pennsylvania's voter rolls. Ryan O'Hanley said Joe Biden will be at the presidential inauguration on January 20th, but he won't be the guy getting sworn in. This tweet will age well. Fucking hope so. Same thing. Julian's Rum said there's a reason POTUS from the very beginning referred to the mainstream media as the enemy of the people. Eric Carmen said, thinking a few chess moves ahead, how angry will the left be when it turns out Biden didn't win? I think this is their way of priming the pump for rioting, looting, and violence that will make the last 2 months look like a Sunday school picnic. That sounds about right, huh, Chris?
Yep.
Yep. They're like, honestly, that's like the best way to do it. They're like, if they're going to try and expose all our crimes so we can't get away with them anymore, let's just crack this motherfucker down the middle. Like, wanna split it? This is one that got me today. Dan Bongino, he said, you have no idea how bad the shit going on behind the scenes really is right now. Do not think for a moment that entities who are your friends are your friends now. The wheat and chaff are separating. That's fucking cryptic as fuck.
Yeah, what entities?
And he's fucking.
I don't think any of these.
He was secret, so he
friends. Who are?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Which one is the wheat and which one is the chaff? Who's gonna
I don't
die?
know. What's chaff?
It's like chaff. They just call it chaff when it's wheat, I guess.
Yeah. Digital warriors are revealing the top layer of fraud. We can see white hats will reveal the bottom layer of fraud. We cannot see. I fucking want to see something. Nice data dump or something. John Brennan tweeted Vice President-elect Harris, "You made history. You represent the hopes and dreams of achievements of women, blacks, and South Asians in our country of yesterday, today, and tomorrow."
Who's black and Asian?
Julian Harris, Kamala. Julian's Rum said, "You'll be known at Gitmo as Bottom Bitch Brennan." You know, if nothing happens, some of these guys, like this dude here, he always talks shit to like John Brennan and stuff, bro. If Brennan gets away with it, dude, like this dude's gonna like spend his retirement like poisoning all the people that torture him on Twitter. Remember when the criminal mainstream media called Maine for Joe Biden at just 2% with only 12,500 votes, and when Trump was up 54 to 42? This criminal suppression polling and reporting, it is election meddling, and it is treason, and they should be indicted. We'll see.
Now we can spend the first 2 years of Joe Biden's presidency talking about election fucking lawsuits and impeachments.
You know, I was about to say, dude, you know what? I finally have an answer for you. If he wins, you know what we do? We impeach the motherfucker.
We start the impeachment process.
I'm gonna get shirts that just say impeachment. And, oh yeah, we're gonna do it. Crazy Days Night said, "Be proud. You're temporarily suffering for the entire world. Why? The goal of this election is to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that every nation rigged every election every single time. This must be proven before the world can change. You will love how this ends."
I don't know.
Larry,
I'm not liking the way it's looking so far.
This whole election is a game. Just sit back and watch. Don't listen to what the mainstream media is telling you. Larry Johnson said, "Predictive programming has to run its course." I don't know. Crazy Days Night said, "In case you're concerned, God will crush the serpent the first that had to rear its ugly head for all to see. The world is waking up. We were already awake." See, like that. These are different people who don't even interact with each other, and they're all saying like weird cryptic shit together. You know, it's like, fuck.
Yeah,
like, are you fucking with me? Newt Gingrich tweeted, "Brace yourself as the entire national establishment rushes to embrace news media anointed president-elect. We are lectured to forget 5 years of vicious attacks by Democrats and be nice and work together while AOC and others publicly say they want to purge Trump supporters."
So are they saying that it was stolen from Al Gore in 2000?
That he tried stealing it.
No, because George Bush won in 2000.
Yeah, but they tried saying that Al Gore won at first, and then they started doing all the recounted shit.
Right,
See, even here, like it says he has a 271.
Turned out to be a Republican victory. So if they're drawing the parallels here, then what are they saying?
I don't know.
I'm gonna make.
I think it's just about that. That like they did try to steal it, but
Man Bear
General
Pig is still real.
It is. It's Big Bear Man. There is a legitimate legal battle ensuing across America. Get involved where you can, pray all you can, and know the media is not responsible for deciding our elections. We, the people, are by our great Constitution. Let it lead us to a legitimate outcome and not the mainstream media. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is some QAnon shit right here. Hugo Chavez's dictatorial rule allowed for Venezuelan children to be harvested by the satanic global elite. After Chavez passed, Maduro special forces raided Ghislaine's compound and stole the safe with all the blackmail tapes.
Yeah, right. Let me see them. Let me see
I want
them.
to see. Chris will watch them all. Sick fuck.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yep.
I'll volunteer as tribute.
Julian's Rum is from the Bible. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Therefore, let us cast off the works of darkness. Let us put on the armor of light, dark to light. So, let's see. I didn't give up a career this is Crux, the guy that made Out of Shadows. I didn't give up a career of 28 years to make Out of Shadows and expose the lies of the media companies for nothing. It is being proven right in front of our eyes. All MSM companies are corrupted. I have faith in God's plan and what is about to be exposed. Saying that's Julian Drum again. Was there a red wave? Trump supporters turned out in large numbers, millions more than 2016. That Democrats had to cheat at historic levels to overcome the deficit. You did your part. Now let Trump's attorneys do theirs.
See, this is what you get when you let people vote from home.
Right? All these fucking lazy, handicapped cripples.
Bunch of losers.
Can't even roll to the fucking voting booth. Bryson Gray said, I'm not joking, I'm running for office. I don't know what I'm running for, but I'm running. We need more people that aren't punks in office. All right, man, but like pick something before you say that. You know, right? Like, I'm just gonna fucking, yeah, we'll just fix this.
I'm a guy with a flag. That's all I need.
I'm a guy with a hat. Big hat. What's close to everyone? Look at who is defending the president and look at who is looking to turn the chapter. Don't forget this moment. Here we go. Watch this here.
Just to reiterate, County Board of Elections. We've just got done going through the 2 garbage bags that we obtained from Bucks County Board of Elections out of the dumpster. This is some of the ballot paraphernalia that we've discovered. You can see some signatures from some voters here. Looks like these ballots, they spoiled on some of these. We have some pieces here. A number of envelopes with signatures. A couple full ones too. Some more down here.
Just to reiterate, this does appear like an official ballot, and the rules were not followed correctly, right?
That's what it looks like to me.
Fair enough.
What reason would someone have to not follow that process? Ignorance, not knowing, not understanding, brand new law.
So there's a detailed process in place.
Yes.
And this clearly shows that the process was not handled.
Yes, whoever was the judge of elections didn't do it correctly.
Is
it legal to throw it in the garbage? I do not know if it's legal to throw it in the garbage, but it should be sent back to us.
So
you can hold on to it for at least 22 months.
Where does the spoiled ballot ultimately end up at the end of its life cycle?
It will be stored for 2 years and then it will be shredded.
So the answer then was no, it's not legal to just throw it away.
So if we can just kind of start over with the spoiled ballots as to what happens with them once they become spoiled.
So they become spoiled and they're right spoiled on them and they're going into a spoiled bag that's kept in the warehouse after election day for a period of time. And I did talk to some, I believe it's 3 years that we have to hold on to them. And then nothing gets thrown out. I believe after the period they get shredded, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, that's what happened in Massachusetts too. We literally saw it.
Did they respond to your email?
Nope.
Did you send?
No, I was talking about Dr. Shiva's thing too.
Yeah.
He went to ask for those, and they were like, "No, we destroyed them." What the fuck, dude?
Did you send the dick pic?
I did, and he asked me out on a date.
That's cool. When you guys meet now?
He's like, I'm not calling about election fraud, you queer. Like, oh,
I just want to take you out, maybe fuck you a little.
Why you gotta be all weird about it?
What are you, homophobe?
Dan Bongino said,
in this state?
Laughing. Dan Bongino said, LOL to the media clowns and their time to move on bullshit. You can take that and ram it right where the sun don't shine. You're the same jokers who swore that the PP hoax was the reason to obstruct an orderly transition last time. So you can go sit down now. Thanks. Julian Drum said, I will not cede the Constitution to an elitist cadre of pedophiles.
Shut up for 1 minute for 4 years. And now they're going to try and get indignant. Like, time for you to stop talking.
Look at this. Watch this here. Ooh. Black Lives Matter and Biden supporters have a little fun.
They don't know where it was.
Oh shit! Wait, who hit who?
See? Give space, please, guys. If you are not a part of this, please stay away. Oh, come on. The last thing we want to do is see a black man get arrested by the police. That's what we want to do. What are you doing? What is wrong with them? What are you trying to show love? Trying to find out. Because black people just made history today, and you want to be fucking ignorant. You want to fight the black woman. Fuck you.
Every fucking time. Can't even take these guys to a party. Brandon Straka said, nope. Twitter just did a follower dump on me today. That happens to a lot of these guys. They just knock off 5,000 and 10,000 followers at a time. This lady, Samantha, here said, Joe Biden is not the president. Chill. Media is attempting to create a civil war. They projected Joe as the winner so that when Donald Trump does win, all hell will break loose. Ian Miles Chong said they canceled Halloween and Thanksgiving, but you can have parades in the street for Biden.
Jesus Christ.
Might be a civil war when the courts overturn this manufactured election because the violent thugs on the left will be upset. We don't want a civil war, but if there is one, the Republican Army would win, just like Abraham Lincoln. We do all have the guns, but I want peace. Terrence Williams. That kid was on his way to the White House to speak at something, and his car got sideswiped and he almost got killed and shit. That had like neck surgery and stuff. Like, they tried whacking him.
Sounds like a pussy.
Kerry Khan, Mexico's president, said he can't congratulate any of the candidates yet in the U.S. election because he was once robbed of an election, and he'll wait for the entire process to finish before he offers his Felicia Casiones.
Con! I couldn't help it.
Oh, fuck.
You broke it.
Oh, no, we're almost at the end anyway. It's good. CNBC said Trump refuses to accept the election results, says it's far from over. Rightfully so. Trump refuses to accept the election results.
I'm just going to go get the papers.
Call Jimmy
they've done it before. They did it with Hillary too. They had like Madam President newspapers tweeted it or printed and shit.
Remember when the Patriots did it?
And they lost.
Fucking loser Tom Brady.
Idiots. Oh, here we go, Chris. Look at this. This is from the New York Law Journal. State bar passes mandatory COVID-19 vaccination recommendation. And it's already starting. This was filed today.
I'm not getting shit.
Nope.
For real, bro. I hope they don't shut off that money.
I'm just going to go find a dead person's voting information and I'll get their tag. Because apparently it's just real easy to get and, do things like cast a vote with their name. So why can't I get a COVID thing?
Listen, I drink baby blood. I was born in 1850.
Yeah.
Chris, all I know is that if they don't fix it, the next time there's an election, you're voting for both your parents.
Yep. I'll do it
for real, dude. If they don't fix it,
I'll write them in for every category.
Oh shit! Big son of a bitch.
I wonder if we could vote a dead guy in. Is that possible?
What's that?
I think somebody died after they got their seat. But I don't even think they were inaugurated into their position yet. It happened somewhere after Tuesday.
General Flynn, we the people keep the faith, we will prevail. He did the thing for hashtag stop the steal.us to report voter fraud and stuff. This is where you report WC.
So
cool.
Should we firebomb Pennsylvania?
No,
I thought the Amish would do it.
Carpet bomb, not blanket bomb. Come on, get it right.
Jenna Ellis said Joe Biden has not been certified as a winner of any states, let alone. We saw that already. My bad. Here we go. I had a few. Oh, damn.
A lot of these are doing really good, though.
I wrote this here. They said that they're flagging anything that has the word hammer and vote in it because of the thing I just told you. So I made a tweet, and we're going to see if they censor it. It says, I'm a roofer, and I used a hammer all day and then went to vote. So I'm going to see if they censor it. Fucking, I hope they do. I hope I wake up tomorrow and nothing's censored. I'm going to laugh my ass off.
There should be the button.
You're going to be locked out of your fucking devices.
Oh, dude.
They're gonna, dude, that'll be even more funny if they fucking, but look at this here. This is kind of irritating. Like, Hunter has been missing for days, and then as soon as they do their fake little inauguration, they march his ass out.
Well, you know, crack binge probably takes a good 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, well, I don't even care about the drug thing, man. They're completely ignoring that they have audio of him talking about selling his father's power for money. And then he had incest and pedophilia on there too. And they're ignoring all of it. And he's being welcomed better than Trump's kids. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. I can't.
I guess he's just more relatable.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking selling out the fucking country and fucking sucking dick for crack rocks. You're absolutely right. They're definitely relatable to Hunter Biden.
Actually, can I bring something up real quick? I had someone talk to me
go ahead.
earlier this week, and he was like, he goes, do you really think that you want to keep the cast of The Apprentice in the office? And I was like, you do realize that Ronald Reagan was a fucking actor? And he looked at me and he was like, no, he wasn't. Like, you've never, no idea. Never even came to your mind. I just wanted to bring that up. I just think that people,
I don't know, man. Fucking, if that's their biggest argument is that, then they're dumb already, because like the dude makes fucking money regardless, you know, like before he did all this. But
I do have one more like 20-minute thing here.
Oh yeah, do your thing. Yeah.
So
you want me to stop sharing my screen?
I'm about to do that right now, so that way you can see it too.
Yeah, well, I'll stop broadcasting my screen. You good?
I already did.
Okay, cool. I want to show up on the screen.
So I just want to like let people know, like, we are totally about helping people out. So I brought up this little 8 basics, you know, survival skills that every person should know. But, you know, in certain things, it's a website I just kind of stumbled upon called highconsumption.com. And it gives you these simple tasks that you would need for, you know, survival, like finding and purifying your own water, all sorts of different ways. Like, you can go online and buy a life straw. Everybody that I know, we all use a life straw. I've used the life straw. Nick's used the life straw. Chris has, even though we all use the same life straw. Fuck COVID. Anyways, it definitely, I think it worked. It was great. We didn't get sick from the river water, you know,
or each other.
Yep. You know, starting and tending a fire. Believe it or not, we tried doing it on a beachfront, and we kept digging, thinking that it would have been a good idea. and the wood got wet. So obviously
it was already wet.
It was already wet too. So we must have been really high.
We were definitely way high.
And then, waterproof lighter cases. I don't personally carry one of these.
That's not a survival skill, by the way.
No, that's not. Just it helps you cheat in the wild. Just saying. But I mean, I've used flint sticks. I've used what do you call it? They're like these little pull boxes, and it just kind of sets off a chemical reaction. It burns for about 5 minutes at a really high rate, so you can literally get wet wood dry. It's pretty cool. I've used one of those before. Building a temporary shelter, building an A-frame and stuff like that. There are so many different ways of building these things, dude. It is unreal. Some of the stuff that I've read in books that, some are actually made for certain climates, believe it or not. Like, putting mud on it is actually better for drier climate, in other circumstances, help with heat and insulation and the elements. This thing right here, that definitely comes in handy. I remember a lot of people that used to watch that show on Discovery Channel, Bear Grylls. If you don't know who Bear Grylls is, he's a survival expert. He's pretty awesome.
Hang on. I think it's Bear Grylls. It's a Y.
And he has his own brand of things, but he does produce an axe that I found to be very reliable, and it hasn't broken on me. It's never gotten loose. I've had it for about 6 years. And it's pretty cool. Nick, do you still have your handheld, your little combat knife from him?
Yep, and I have the harangue. It's the machete that's rounded.
Yep, that's pretty cool.
A paper cutter.
The compass, 100% is needed, especially in a survival situation. You need to know where you're going. A map would help.
Those things are solid too, man. Those are Gerber.
Yeah,
those are really
Gerber metal.
solid.
Yeah, they're fucking great. Compass, please, everybody. If you're going to go into the woods, if you're going to go hiking, you decide to go off path, you don't know where you're going, bring a fucking compass. Don't be dumb. Your cell phone might not even know where you are. So bring a compass. And if you don't know how to read a compass, don't go in the woods.
See, that's like, I totally don't feel. Well, honestly, maybe if you can't see the sun, I know you could get lost. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't see how people could fucking get lost unless like you fell asleep for like 10 hours and you don't know what time of day it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can clearly tell if it's morning or afternoon and where the sun is setting, Right. Even if at 2 o'clock you can't tell what time it is, you could tell by 3 or 4 o'clock that you're in the afternoon, you know what I mean? And that's clearly west.
Yep. I mean, think about this. I mean, hunting and foraging food. I mean, you guys know that I bought that book about eating, edible flowers, nuts, et cetera, especially we're in the area that we live in. I didn't know acorns, like I roasted one, opened it up, cracked it, ate it. It wasn't bad. It really wasn't.
Maybe because you roasted it.
I thought it was really good. I didn't get sick, nothing. It tasted like a walnut, to be honest. Like a walnut and a peanut mixed. But I roasted it. It was good. Just try it.
What was it, an acorn?
An acorn, yeah.
What did it taste like?
It tasted like a peanut, like a walnut and an almond mixed together.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Very woody, though. Very woody taste.
Right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But
yeah, I was actually I've never ever seen.
They're super high in protein. Believe it or not, I think it's don't quote me. I think it's 10 grams of protein per ounce of nuts per acorn, something like that. I think that's what it said in the book, but I have to look. But that's one cool thing to understand. And then there's the book that I actually bought.
Oh yeah.
So
I've seen that.
It works, man. Camp cooking, dude. We have to learn how to snare. I want to set traps. I want to learn how to do it, like rabbits.
That dude is eating a wild bird right there. You see that? He's got a teriyaki chicken wing. He's holding 2 flats.
Chicken wing right now.
I would love a teriyaki chicken wing. Look at this. Guy's fucking propane heater. It's cheating. Don't worry about dressing a wound unless it's absolutely necessary. If you're going into the woods and you have to survive, you should be able to have a field survival guide to at least help you, or at least a trauma kit. Or if you're not even equipped with any of that, you're fucked. Have a good day. Moving on.
You can pack it with mud and dirt. I heard that works.
Yeah, that's what frogmen do. Sportsman medical kit. Look at this is one of the 8 reasons that you guys should definitely go out in the woods and survive. It's only $75. Look at that.
One to 7 people. So
that's pretty awesome.
If you have a family of 4, don't let anyone around you see that number on there. Be like, sorry, we only got enough medicine for the 4 of us. It's
tying a knot. I actually just bought a book about tying knots because I'm like dyslexic when it comes to that. Nick, remember when we took that belaying class and like you were able to show me a simple way of doing it, and then like the dude who was teaching us how to do it, I was like, dude, I don't know what you just did. And then you're like, no, you just double it up and then tie it to a knot. That's it. Look at this paracord and survival belts. Those are a big thing to like. Definitely, they come in handy.
Yeah, that person had a lot of time on their hands.
If only I knew how to do that, man. I got plenty of paracord.
Oh, like that hunting blind. That was so cool.
That?
Mirrors. That is dope.
Isn't that awesome?
That is so fucking dope.
We should do that in the wilderness, dude.
We should make one of those and go hunting.
I want to make one of those to live in.
Right?
They would just move that shit around every few months.
Yeah, but dude, you know what your luck would be, dude? A moose would run right through it while you're fucking
sleeping.
Like,
yeah, either that or while you're sleeping, you get an antler through your eye.
Nah, fuck that, dude. I'd have claymores set up outside that bitch like fucking 100 yards out.
A bear goes charging thinking that it sees another bear and just charges into your living room and eats you as a silver medal.
You're right. I should have it just like 10 yards out.
You should have the claymore facing you.
I can wake up and have bear for breakfast.
You should have the claymore facing you.
Yeah. Just have it under my bed.
It shoots you into the ceiling and the bear gets to watch the Today Show while it eats you.
That is pretty cool, though.
Really cool.
No, I like this one right here. The one on the bottom right here. This thing.
That's cool.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
but yeah, no.
It'd be a lot cooler if it was covered in mirrors.
Right. But yeah, no, it's just a small little something I wanted to bring up to everybody's attention. Maybe maybe not just this week, but maybe starting every week, I'll start finding like a new small project that I can work on, that people can work on. That'll be small, work yourself small to the bigger projects, something stupid like that. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. You guys good or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm set, man.
I gotta go break curfew. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Chris is gonna go break the law now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys, we're gonna start a GoFundMe for Chris.
Don't bother. The bail will be fucking $40. I'll be out before you guys even know I was arrested.
I think it's just a fine anyway. You'll be all right.
No, they'll throw me in jail first, but I'll more than likely be all right.
Yeah, sometimes what are you gonna do?
Look, I really want a Big Mac, and I'm not gonna get one just sitting here.
That's true. I think everything, honestly though, everything's gonna be closed though. That said businesses.
Those fucks.
But they said for work, so it's technically a job. I don't know.
Yeah, but they might be essential workers.
That's what I'm saying. Like it should be essential, because what about all the essential workers that really got to go and do like a third shift fucking job? You know what I mean?
That's right.
So maybe they are open. Check. Just be safe, man, because make sure you got anything bad hidden away, because they fucking that's any reason to pull you over now. It's just like the cop in Scanner Darkly. He's like, you don't remember your name or where you're from?